Right then, good afternoon everyone, good afternoon, welcome to the stream, I hope you're all doing well today. Yeah, welcome on into a little bit of Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. So this is going to be part 3. In the last stream we ended up completing a case which I can't remember what it was called. However, I'm not sure if I'm in a bit of a predicament with the last case. So basically what happened was there was a guy who had an elephant in captivity, and he kind of like had it, he cherished it like it was his own child, and it kind of ran rampage, killing him, and then we kind of had to figure out if it was goaded on by someone or if it was kind of just in season. We ended up figuring out or come to the conclusion that it was someone called Paul Perks, who was actually a woman pretending to be a man. It wasn't a whole trans thing, it was just a woman pretending to be a man because a woman wasn't allowed to be part of a yacht club, which Paul Perks was, and they ended up, they wouldn't have been able to do it if there was a woman. They was using the yacht club as kind of a front in order to be able to import and export narcotics, and they was the beloved of the daughter of the guy who died. So a lot of intricacies that kind of happened there. I found that was like the biggest possibility. Apparently, it was the elephant running wild because it was in season, which it did have evidence of that being the case. But that means we would have had to put the elephant down, I think. So we decided not to do that. We decided to put Paul Perks in. Paul Perks was a criminal anyway, so I'm going to take it as a win. So at the end of the case, we ended up getting some evidence. Regarding our mother, which I believe is the whole purpose of this whole thing. Chapter 1 is the first case, or cases, that Sherlock Holmes kind of has to deal with, and it's the death of his own mother. So we're just going to go through with that. I'm just going to get cracking. I remember that an old family friend lived in the near house. Okay, so looking for a family friend. So apparently she left it by a... Does that mean...
I imagine Goliath was surprised to find out his lady was not real.
Surprised the fucker didn't pop it. So does that mean, like, as we're going through the game, we're gonna have like all different types of memorabilia in the garden? I mean, I kind of hope so. Right, so she had left some stuff. She left a few items of hers at the entrance in the manor. Apparently it's connected to the family. Okay, where's she done that then? Is it inside? I mean, on a bench near the entrance of her manor. Okay, so let's go down to her manor then. Yeah, so this is going to be information because that is where we used to live, and then here was a neighbour, and we was actually going here to try and get some information. Oh, they cleaned that up quick, didn't they? A bench here. So is this the information? Yes. Oh, okay. So what we got here then? We've got Violet Holmes.
My mother always wore this around her neck until one day it disappeared. I was wondering where it went.
Okay.
She said it was a birthday present from a good friend.
Okay. So, letter from Violet to Theodore Gilden. My dear Theodore, I know I value our friendship more than most other bonds. We share the same restless soul, and your acceptance and support in trying times have been a blessing. I'm endlessly grateful for the turn of fate that saw Sigurd and I join the same expedition as you. It changed my life for the better. Nevertheless, I am not blind nor a hypocrite. I know that your feelings towards me have deepened. Forgive me, Theodore, but I do not feel as you do. I must spare you the pain for one For one-sided love before it is too late. Please see enclosed the necklace that you so thoughtfully gifted in remembrance of our adventure together. I cannot in good conscience continue to wear it. Oh, okay. I know this letter would cause you such hurt, and for that I can but apologise deeply. Yet my heart is with Sigga, who is still unaware of your desires. If this sees the end of our friendship, I will understand, but I truly hope we can continue to share our conversations, collaborations, and kindnesses that have brought me such joy all these years. Yours respectfully, Violet. Interesting. Interesting indeed.
I just had another glimpse of a memory, John. It's fuzzy, but I'm sure it happens somewhere in the manor.
Okay.
Finally moving forward. Shall we go?
Right, let's go to the manor then and see what that was about. So it was a door. Was it a mirror behind the door? So it looked like it was upstairs. Maybe to the right. Let's have a look.
You know, I envy you, Sherry. You can talk to other people and they won't ignore you.
And I envy you. You can ignore any person you're bored with. You don't miss out on much. Most men are dull, unlike yourself.
Well, I'm flattered.
So it wasn't here. It wasn't here, was it? Yeah, so it's where the mirror is. And it's here.
Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it.
Okay then. So we've got this here. I had
a surprise for my mother.
dirt, heavy, tool,
You had a shovel with you,
fragile,
John.
ancient finding.
I was holding an ancient Greek vase, or rather, quite a big piece of it. I remember now, we dug up the vase from Greek ruins here on Cordona, and were eager to show my mother right away.
Okay. For some reason,
For some reason, the door was closed. We knocked.
But nobody answered. We thought that she was busy.
So we left the vase and ran downstairs.
okay, so downstairs. I think. Yes. Right. I decided
to gather some archaeological tools in order to take a closer look at the vase.
But then we heard something, didn't we?
Yes,
we went upstairs.
came from upstairs.
So, was the door open? The vase was in
The
shards
vase was broken, shards scattered all over the floor.
because they
And your mother was standing at the door.
because we opened.
Indeed, John. I doubt it was her. Let me concentrate.
So she opened the door, which angry male person.
Otto Richter was standing there, furious at us. Dr. Richter told us never to disturb my mother when the door is closed. He said she had broken the vase.
But we didn't believe him. I bet he smashed it.
Oh, okay. So this opens up this room now.
The things are still here.
Presumably Mycroft never felt the need to sort through it all.
Or couldn't bring himself to.
No. He would have put it behind him and moved on. My brother is not one for sentimentality.
Right then. Okay. Let's see what's here. Right, we got a newspaper. The Times newspaper. So, Sigga Holmes' obituary in the Times, London, 21st of August 1865. Mr. Sir Mortland Holmes, the renowned archaeologist, authenticator and historian, is dead, a mere 41 of age. He was seized by a cardiac event during the opera in the Covent Garden Theatre on Saturday. Despite a physician's best efforts, he remained insensible and died at 20 minutes past 6 o'clock last evening. His sudden end came to a severe shock to the large circle of acquaintances. Mr. Holmes is survived by his wife, Violet, and his two sons, Mycroft, 16, and Sherlock, 6. No mention of John, of course. Funeral services have been will be held Wednesday at the Highgate Cemetery at St. James by Rev. W.E. Stanley.
It's a strange feeling to read about my father's death in the newspaper. I can't recall anything except the deep feeling of loss.
You were too young. It happened before we even met. It's so sad.
Okay, so yeah.
I'm sorry.
March 25th, 1869, examination notes of Dr. Otto Richter. Over the last few months, I have asked Mrs. Holmes to sketch some landscapes. The first few were clear and accurate, but subsequent drawings quickly drifted away from reality. It appears her disease progresses rapidly and perhaps even affects her vision. I may need to consider trepanation. Okay, don't know what that means. Alright, so we got a trunk here, and what's in the trunk? Alright, open up. What we got here then? We've got some tools.
Do you think the doctor could have used these tools here? I hope not.
So, observations from of Mrs. Violet Holmes, Dr. Otto Richter. The 19th of May, 1868, initial consultation revealed the patient suffered deep sleep problems, periods of anxiety, and slight confusion of memories. Prescribed a strong sedative to be administered daily and will continue to monitor symptoms. The 3rd of October 1868. Sedation has helped minimise anxiety attacks, but Mrs. Holmes now experiences catatonia, apathy, and prolonged depressive states. Moreover, the patient's confusion has worsened, and she has begun writing letters to her deceased husband as if he were alive. I have prescribed 6 further drugs to balance her mental state, and weekly hydrotherapy. The 27th of November 1868. The current drug regime has delivered middling results, with confusion worsening into near constant delusion. Patient grows aggravated when she believes that these beliefs are contradicted, prompting aggressive behaviour. Now I have witnessed several episodes of violence against her own family and towards herself. Consequently, I ordered the bars be installed on the windows and that Mrs. Holmes be strapped to her bed at night. The dosage of all medications have been raised. I have prescribed the patient additional hydrotherapy sessions as well as some mild hallucinogens. Okay. So is this an hallucinogen? Right then, so...
There appear to be residues of the bottle's contents at the bottom. No labels. I doubt it ever had one.
Okay, an almost empty bottle. Right then, okay. So that's all that checked over. Now let us look.
Look what I found. The White King is under attack. Sherry, can you save him and checkmate the opponent in one move? You're not obliged to be here, Sherry. We can leave any time you want.
Can I? Can I? How do you do it? Hold on. So we go to casebook. So, okay then. concentration. Defend the king with bishop, or save the king by retreating. Now, it says in one move to checkmate him by one move. His figures are black. So, if we were to... we got to try and checkmate him. Now... if we were to get the bishop and defend the bishop with the... then... if we was to do that, the bishop would go to there. His bishop could take ours. His bishop would take ours, which will leave his into that position. Our king would then take his bishop. In fact, no, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't, because if we use our bishop there, yeah, it's defend the bishop, the king with the bishop, because we would move our bishop to the spot, which will then check his king, and he couldn't then take our bishop. He couldn't then take our bishop because it's still taken by the rook, so he couldn't then move his bishop to defend from the rook, because then we would be able to take it from the bishop. Then the king couldn't move to the right, which would be like a2, I think it is, which would then mean it would be taken by the pawn. So it should be defend the king from the bishop.
Oh, nice move. You saved the king and checkmated the black king with the rook.
There we go. Nice. Not too bad. Right, so we got
I would love to take a bath right now.
No, in this one you wouldn't.
Not this one. Surface corrosion suggests it was prone to extreme temperature fluctuations. For medical purposes, I suppose.
Oh, what's going on here? Hey Sheepy, how you doing, mate? You've been playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. How was it? What, one of the best games you played? Okay, so well, one, I'm glad, and I think it's kind of like it would be like in the right lines of like number one, in terms of just general feel as well. I'm really glad you're enjoying it. Really, really glad. I'm actually going to try and burn through this game as much as possible. So I've got a stream today, tomorrow, and Friday. Don't think I'll have one Saturday because I don't think I'll have time. It might be a late stream. But then after that, I'm going to try my best to play Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 on stream. Hopefully the PC can run it. If not, I have got my second PC, where I will have to try and set that up in order to be able to stream from that and do that like a whole stream setup. I'm going to try my best. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Right, what's we've got about here?
Straps on the bed. Just doesn't look right.
No, only one strap for the bed. That seems a little bit off. Oh, we got stuff here. So we got potassium bromide, compressed tablets.
Seems this was the most frequently used medication.
1 gram dissolved in a glass of water, administered daily, not to exceed 1 dose in 24 hours, not to be given to children.
1 gram dissolved in a glass of water, administered daily, not to exceed 1 dose in 24 hours, not to be given to children.
How you doing today? How you doing today, mate? Right, what we got in here? We got another letter. What's the letter saying? My gentle Sigger, alas, I am still yet to receive any correspondence from you. One presumes my previous letters are chasing you around the continent as you travel. I hope you are in good health and already on your way home. Forgive me my impatience. But life without you, your kind voice and bright eyes is scarcely worth living. The boys need their father around too. I can tell that I miss you, though they, as you well know, Mycroft is not one to wear his heart on his sleeve. In case my prior letters have been lost, know that we have relocated to Cordana. Please come back soon. Forever yours, Violet. February 1869. Bro, they say they want you, but you thought, Oh, okay, so they say they want you and they put you through to HR and never get back to you. The UK job system is fucked, yeah. Don't worry, mate, you'll get something. You will get something very soon. I used to work in recruitment and stuff like that and like employability, so I can try and help you out where I can.
This room always reeked with an acrid medicinal stench. And here is the reason.
Okay, then what about over here? Loads of books on the floor, so we've got...
This picture was drawn by my mother. I recognize her hand. There's a date on it, 8th of December, 1868.
Okay. Then we've got some... We've got the book. We've got this here. Nothing on the back. Another...
This seems a bit odd. I can recognize my mother's style, but it's far too sloppy. Dated 12th of February, 1869.
Okay. And then we've got another one here. Oh, this is the manor.
It's difficult to tell what this is meant to represent. There's no date at all.
It's almost like she was just falling into like decay as like she was just getting way worse and worse and worse, which we obviously know. But alright, so we can't go into that. We've got the bed straps there. Is there anything? Right, so let's do an analysis on this. Chemical analysis. Right, let's try and work this out. So what have we got? We've got to try and work out 3 to -4. We've got... Oh, what's this do? I don't know what that does, but we'll have a look at that in a minute. Okay, so we've got to try and get 3 -4. So if we just try and make it simple for the moment... So say if we have a 3 here. We need a -4 on this. So we got a 4 here. This can make it to a minus. So I assume we can do it like this. Yeah, that works. There we go. Analysis identified the substance as a hallucinogen derived from mushrooms. Okay. Analysis, yep, so we've done that. Is there anything else in this room? Right, we don't want to be looking at these plants. Oh, we can actually.
My mother loved flowers. They made her smile. I remember we would bring a new bouquet every week to make her a bit happier.
That's why we collected all the violet flowers we could find on the island.
Right, is there anything else in this room that we need to look at? I don't think there is. There's nothing in concentration that we need to look at. Unless we want to look at... I mean, there is bars on the windows. Got the bedpan. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else in here that we need to look at. Oh, nope. Here we go.
Looks like it was damaged by a blunt object.
Damaged by
It
blunt.
brings back some memories.
Okay, so we got the cut there.
Looks like it was damaged by a blunt object.
Okay. What about over here? There's no... okay. I think that's it for in here. I think. So, let's have a look at our casebook, see what else is going on. After examining my mother's room, I start to remember the chaotic morning together. So, pin this as evidence. Here we go. The broken plates.
The broken plate shards were all over the floor. Mycroft had to change his suit as the one he was wearing was completely stained.
Okay, and then we got the chair.
Mother was troubled that morning. Something we did upset her. Dr. Richter tried to calm her down.
Right, okay. The table was flipped as well. We've got a spillage of this.
We had to put the tray with
Oh, no,
Mother's
we didn't.
morning tea down, but why? It's starting to ring a bell. I think it happened in the morning.
Okay, so now we've got to go into our mind palace and try and work this out. So, we had to put the tray down. We had to put the tray down. Okay, let's have a little look to see what else this is. We got a plate on there. So Mycroft might have been there. This looks like... This looks like Dr. Otto Rickman. Hello, Keeps. How you doing, mate? Dr. Otto Rickman. Richter, sorry. He was showing her the newspaper of the death of Sigger. Mycroft is there. He gets a face full of plate. And we was there, and we've had to put it down.
I don't believe you! Liars! Get away from me! It's not true! It's not real!
What? Oh.
Everything will be okay, Sherry. I promise.
It was the morning of the 9th of April, the day my mother died.
The 9th of April started off badly. My mother was anxious, then hysterical. She threw food and shouted at the doctor, calling him a liar. John and I brought her morning tea, but when the shout started, I became scared. The only thing I could think to do was hide near the bed and wait for everything to pass. Thankfully, John was there to protect me and calm me down.
My mother, she was not just ill, but mad. God have mercy.
I'm sorry. That explains why you locked the memory away.
There must be more, John. That was the morning of her death. I need to know what happened. John.
Ooh.
Every time you... I just don't... Please, Sherry, leave it be.
Just breathe, John. You know that I cannot leave the last stone unturned. We are so close.
I know. But can we at least leave it for another day?
Sorry, John, but we need to
It
continue.
cannot wait. Let us find another door and finally learn the truth.
That's pointless, Sherry. To date, you have had no control over the return of these memories. It is all triggered by your work elsewhere on Cordona. You must accept that this will have to wait. Are you all right?
I'm alright.
In the end, little has changed. My mother was still unwell, just not with tuberculosis. What I do not yet understand is why Mycroft lied about it. There are precious few pieces of this puzzle remaining, John. Let us dawdle here no longer.
Indeed. Wait. Did you hear that?
Yes. Metallic soles. What is this sailor doing here?
So, obviously, John there was kind of flashing, so it seemed like he's a coping mechanism for everything that's going on, and the closer we get to solving what happened with our mother, it's almost like John's just going to fade away. So was John created by Sherlock's imagination over the death of his father? Right, there's a sailor here. What can we do for you, sir?
Sherlock Holmes, isn't it?
Hello, mate. Nice beard.
With whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
You can call me your new game. The rules are simple. I have something for you, but you alone must work out what that is.
And that something is my prize, I suppose?
You're a fast learner, sir.
Okay, let's observe him. Let's see what he's got with him. So he's got a stupid ass beard. What's this? Yeah, painted recently, pink hair. Okay, we've got old and shabby. I believe he's unmarried. No signs of physical work. Hiding something square-shaped. Okay then, so a sailor came to my house daring that he was my new game. His hands showed no signs of regular physical activity, no corns nor rough skin, but owing to the fact that he had an old, worn-out uniform, I assumed he was still in service. He had a drop of pink paint in his hair, which led me to believe he is somehow involved in the art sphere. The man dressed as a sailor came to my house daring that he was my new game. Drop of pink paint in his head betrayed him as a man who was involved in the art sphere. His hands showed no signs of regular physical activity, no corns nor rough skin, which is at odds with the mariner's outfit. Few artists know my name and where I live, so Vogel fits the role for the game master. Considering the tiny square-shaped object in the fake sailor's pocket, I deduced he was employed by Vogel's art gallery, and the real reason for his visit was to pass me an invitation. Sounds more likely. Let's go for that.
I cannot believe that Mr. Vogel has somehow successfully called my attention to his gallery. You're here with an invitation to visit it, obviously.
My word, you are fast, Mr. Holmes.
There we go.
Could you explain how you came to that conclusion?
Of course. Explanations are my favourite part of any conversation.
Just
Hands
flexing.
without any sign of regular physical activity, in contradiction to one who would most usually wear such a uniform. The paint in your hair is pink. I don't know of any military service that paints their ships pink, unless they have launched a new fashionable fleet. A sailor with the soul of an artist? I would suggest rather a gallery employee disguised as a sailor to mislead me. How many artists on the island know where I live and of my passion for deduction? Werner Vogel is clearly at the top of the list. And you've been attempting to conceal something square-shaped within your pocket. An invitation, I suppose. An invitation to Mr. Vogel's gallery.
That was remarkable, Mr. Holmes. Mr. Vogel was right about your genius. I think he may have even underestimated you. This is your invitation. Please tell Mr. Vogel that the seed has been planted. He asked me to tell you to do so, if you win this little game. Farewell.
So, my dear Sherlock Holmes, as you no doubt have already guessed, I would like to invite you to my experience my art gallery expedition. Sorry, fucking words. Not only for the purpose of the contemplation of beauty, but in a more general need of your genius. You will find the gallery at the Caravanserai at the crossroads of Bazaar Road and Hermes Avenue in Old City. Always your friend, Vivi. Okay then. New case, the muse from abroad. Lovely stuff. So I think there's cases that matter and there's cases that don't matter, so to speak, where you've got cases that will give you information regarding your mother, but there's cases that won't. Just like funsies, so to speak. So I'm not sure how much we're actually going to do, because I don't want to spend too long on this one, to be quite honest. I'm actually itching to get on to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Once Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 was up, I kind of like had that kind of, well, what do I do with my life now sort of moment. So it said the Bazaar Street, and it said Hermes Avenue, which is around here. So let's go to here. So yeah, I was still itching with more Kingdom Come Deliverance, where I was thinking, do I do the DLC just in my own time, not do it on stream or whatnot? But I didn't feel like I had all the time in the world to do it, so I ended up not doing it anyway. Right, so are we going the right way? We're just around this corner on the left. Bookstore. Might have to venture to that a little bit later on. It's not here. There's an art gallery. Right, it's not here. So let's have a little look on our case book here. So it says the crossroads. Oh, it's this big fucker. That makes sense, yep. Okay then, what we got here then? And we go. Ooh. Oh.
Mr. Holmes, you came. Oh, how kind. Though now, of course, I realize it is because of my game, not the works on display.
It needn't be one or the other. Your man's disguise was easily debunked, Mr. Vogel, but I shall admit that you planted in me the seed of curiosity.
Ah, terrific. I had no doubt you'd put the pieces together. Let us call it an opening gambit before the real game begins.
So, this little game of yours, what's it about?
An enigma to solve. A locked area in the basement with no windows found brutally vandalized. I have no clue how it was possible.
Describe the events.
What about this intrusion? What happened?
Last night, I was about to leave the gallery when I heard a noise downstairs. I went to the basement, but I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. It was admittedly a rudimentary inspection. It is not uncommon to get rats down there, so seeing nothing of note, I left and locked up the building. When I returned this morning, alas, I discovered that part of the exhibition had been torched, and there was no sign of the intruder. The mystery being, of course, that all the doors to the gallery were locked exactly as I left them.
And the door to the basement is the only entrance?
Correct. Tell me you're not intrigued.
What's in the basement?
And this locked area downstairs, what exactly was it?
The under gallery. It's always shut, and I'm the only one with the key.
Ah, so this is your private collection, not part of the gallery.
Oh, no. It's an exclusive exhibition of eccentric pieces. Only a select cadre of artists, investors, and collectors are admitted. Not everyone deserves to have their eyes opened.
Well, this matter is certainly within my wheelhouse.
This intrusion troubles me. Please take a look around if you're willing. The under gallery is through the door at the end.
I will see what I see.
Okay then. So, where did he say we had to go? I weren't really paying attention. Alright, pin evidence. Let's have a little look around. We've got some more Wang. Right, downstairs.
Back home, we've got a taxidermist. He's gonna have a heart attack when he sees what I bring him.
Okay, so this was torched. Lovely. What we got here? We got a crow.
Sherry, how about some company in that dreary chamber of yours?
Leave my loneliness unbroken, John.
Okay. Looks to have been slightly... what? Is there anything else here? Oh, they've got the handprint.
A handprint of the thing from another world. But it looks fresh, and its coal origin ruins the effect of the extra mundane.
Okay, so it's fake. This is a fake hand. Oh, we've got some a saucy bedchamber here. Not bad. What's all? Right, we've got the coal.
Old, and hasn't been used for a long time.
Okay. What's this? 29 inches, 24 inches.
The left step's length is shorter than the right. It indicates that the walker was lame.
Okay.
Closed with a metal bolt. Footprints. Size 9.5.
Oh, so we found the entrance. Fresh magnetic filings. So they used a magnet on the inside of the chute to try and pull it across. Okay, interesting.
Sodden and mould-ridden. One presumes deliberately.
Okay. Dead shark here, lovely. Got this here, which was absolutely lovely.
Saturn devouring his son. Oh, grim composition.
Oh.
Unflinching in its ferocity, yet somehow beautiful.
Mushrooms.
Parasites of creativity. Or just a reflection of the artist's recreational interests.
Okay. Let's have a little look at this. See what we can establish from this. Alright, we've got a frame. The frame is empty.
Sheer vandalism. Only an ignorant person could do such a thing.
So they've taken the picture from the... They've taken a picture. Cigarette butt.
Coal fingerprints. I think we're looking for a man with a coal moustache. A Malpow butt.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so we've got a lot of information here. So now we can use our mind palace to try and work out what actually happened. However, what's this? The chain is fragile. For paintings. Painting, painting, painting. Maybe. Is there anything else we can look at? We can look at this shark, can't we?
A simplistic attempt at provocation.
Okay. Right, let's have a little look around. Let's see if we can actually establish what's happened. So, he's come downstairs, I think. It's not the burglar. The burglar's come down here. With the scratchings and the filings, we've got that. Here, there's a guy who's clearly checked with his hand and he's got coal prints on his hand to keep it up. There we go, like... Oh! Oh, actually, yeah, that makes more sense. So someone was hidden in there. Okay, I didn't actually think about that. So, does that mean there's two? Would that mean there's two people? So one's burning, and one... Yeah, I think that... Yeah.
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the hatch bolt. He accidentally pushed a shovel to the floor. Vogel heard the noise. At the sound of his approaching footsteps, the intruder hid inside the coffin.
Okay, he hid inside
When
the coffin.
Vogel entered the basement, he failed to notice anything strange and left without properly checking. The intruder waited until Vogel had left the caravanserai before burning the paintings in Wilde's room. But the vandalism was a cover for the theft.
Right then. So, yeah, so we've got all that. So the noise was caused by the intruder who entered the basement through the coal chute. He waited until Vogel left the caravanserai before vandalising the art space. Afterwards, he took down the paintings from Wilde's room and burnt them. Okay then, so we can go to your boy and talk to him about this. Oh, there's an upstairs as well. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, okay, we don't want to be looking at that.
You sure you don't like art, Sherry?
Yeah, interesting. Where is he? Let's talk.
The pieces are not what I expected.
What do you think my collection is about?
What do we think? About decay, decadence, or death? Now, you've got the shark, which is decaying. You've got the Saturn devouring his son, which is death. You got the mushrooms, which would be decadence. You got the coffin, which is death, which could be decay as well. I'm going to say it's decay. I think it's probably decay.
Extravagant paintings have been left to rot in a basement. A commentary on decay and the crumbling of society, correct?
I don't know.
Well, that's absurd. Of course you know. It's your gallery.
There is no one answer, no singular truth, but many filtered through the subjective mind. That forgetting, embellishing, lying machine. Besides, what's wrong with a lie if it makes life more interesting?
What's wrong with a lie? It corrupts the ability of others to behave freely and rationally.
Men never act freely and rationally anyway. It matters not what is or isn't in the end. The only important thing is how you feel. And I simply want to feel and consume as much as I can. Don't you?
Feelings are simply one's animal ancestry trying to wrest back control of the brain. I try to avoid the distraction.
You try not to feel, even in a place like this? None of it moves you?
To be frank, I struggle to maintain even a whit of interest in art.
But Mr. Holmes, it is joy incarnate, mankind's greatest achievement.
Mankind's highest achievement above all others is objective and rational thought.
I see then why you dislike art, for it means whatever you want it to.
Or perhaps, Mr. Vogel, I was lying.
Aha.
The case was trivial.
Mr. Vogel, I have confirmed that the intruder was an average-sized, flexible Malpal smoker with a limp. As it happens, the vandalism was a cover. The true intent was to steal a painting without your knowledge. The fact is, one of the pieces from the Wild Room is not in the wreckage.
What? That is extraordinary.
What the break-in?
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the latch and dislodged the shovel while doing so. That's the noise you heard yesterday. When you went downstairs to investigate, he hid in the coffin.
It seems I should have checked the space more thoroughly.
The limping visitor.
This thief was familiar with the gallery and he was sporting a limp. Do any of your clients or artists come to mind?
My, your attention to detail is remarkable, Mr. Holmes. I should introduce you to Bosch's works. Alas, I'm afraid I cannot suggest a culprit.
And about the theft?
The fire was a clever attempt to hide a stolen painting, even if it didn't fool me. I found the remnants of an empty frame in the pile of ashes. The canvas had been removed. Do you know which paintings in the Wild Room may have interested a thief? Were any particularly expensive?
Those pieces belong to a well-known artist named Boniface Mercurio. They're controversial, but not of a notably high value.
There's something more, is there not? I can see it in your eyes.
Indeed. There is another intriguing angle. I recently received an anonymous offer for one of Mercurio's works. The sum was more than fair, and indeed could have saved Mercurio from his artistic poverty. But he declined it.
Was it a performative whim? Some artists lionize pain and hardship as if their work would be worse after a meal and a hot bath.
I cannot tell. But not only did he refuse the deal, he insisted on displaying the painting in the public space. I was hoping to change his mind, but artists are a special breed of stubborn.
Can you describe the painting?
What was depicted in the piece?
A bound woman, wrapped in robes, being penetrated by a red devil that stared at us, the viewer. The beast had numerous tails growing from his back, and a large crowd gathered around the pair, silently watching the orgiastic scene.
Okay, well, given the nature of the other works on display, it's hard to see why that one stood out. What could possibly be its value?
The evaluation of art is very subjective, Mr. Holmes. After all, art is everything. A poem, a bruise, the beads of sweat on your beloved skin. Even a masterfully solved crime.
I'm not sure I see the connection.
Regardless, the painting was one of a series called The Sabbath Night in Cordona. The works depict sex, violence, and other controversial acts that life, for better or worse, contains.
Ah, I see.
I'm not sure that you do, but that can wait for another time.
Okay, where does Mercurio live?
So where can I find Boniface Mercurio?
I know he lives somewhere in Old City, but couldn't be more specific. He's a prominent figure, so finding him shouldn't be a problem.
Well, I believe I have enough to begin. Thank you, Mr. Vogel. Your gallery certainly has unexpected depths.
I'm delighted to have been able to please a friend. In return, I expect you to come back with good news. Or at least with a good story.
Why does he look a bit like Paul Bettany? It's not just me, is it? He does look a bit like Paul Bettany. Right, so, we've done everything that we need to here. Let's collapse that. Okay, so he's somewhere in Old City. So let's go to our case. We're going to have to go and go to the archives, which I imagine we're going to have to go to. We're going to have to go to the. We're going to go get some archives, I think. So, silence is golden. That's another case for us, which I don't think we're going to go and do. Right, so let us go. Let's just go to here. We're going to go to Cordona's City Hall and have a look at the archives to see if we can find an address for a lad.
Treasure maps from the governor.
Which way are we
Find
going?
8 and come back for more.
8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . 8 . Right, let's see if we can go to the archives. It should be here on the left. There we go. Okay then, so districts, old city, registry, occupation, period, subjects, citizens, births, occupation. Would it be legal documents? Live somewhere, but not exactly where. Would it be legal document? No. What about occupation? No. Now, I don't think period is the case. Birth, marriage, or death. No, so none of those are actually the thing. Official? Wouldn't be an official, would it? Would it be... So it's not a one of those. Citizen, official, businesses. No, so it's not that. I'm going to check these as well. No. Right, so what could it be then? Because we know it's the old city. We don't think it's, yeah, any of these. Subjects, I thought citizens might be the case. However, it wouldn't be that. It wouldn't be anything in period. Is there a place where we can go in the old city to try and get some of this information? I mean, we've got the clothing trader, we've got the Fortress of the Holy Spirit Ruins, which I think is the thing that's depicted in our mother's drawing. Yeah, there's nothing here. I do think it's got to be... Now, I'm just trying to think if it's... We can't go through here, can we? No. Right, maybe if we go to the police and see if there's anything in the police records, but I don't think that's where we should go, but I'm going to check anyway. Might as well. Okay, so up here, police records. I'm kind of tempted to do a bandit lair as well, but I'm not very good at combat, am I? I don't really know any of the buttons, or I can't remember any of the buttons anyway. Okay, so... Well, let's go to... That's evidence room. It's not in here. Well, it's not here. Where was it again? Was it on the other side? Through here on the left? Yes. Okay then, so we've got crimes, districts, old city, evidence. Property clerk. Right, there's nothing in suspects. Victims, witnesses, officers, no. Property crime, smuggling, misdemeanors, complaints. No, okay, so there's nothing here. Documentation, impounds, criminal pattern. Complaints, no, but if more property crimes, criminal patterns. We are definitely to look in the archives, aren't we? It does say that. Research this in the archives. evidence, instruments of crime, which would be like murder weapons and stuff like that, wouldn't it? Suspects. Violent crimes, maybe. No. Smuggling, misdemeanors. No, it's not here either. Maybe it's not here. Maybe it is back at the... Maybe it is back at the town hall and we're just missing something. Well, we're going to have another little look. Oh, fuck. Wrong thing. Mark and compass. Nope. Okay. Trying to think what else we can go by, because there's an artist that lived in... I mean, it wouldn't be an official, would it? Because an official would be someone of, like... of importance, wouldn't it?
I'll be right here.
Alright, mate. It wouldn't be this, would it? No. So we know his occupation. We know he is an artist. Occupation wouldn't be a business, would it? So he's an artist that lives somewhere in the old city, but he doesn't know exactly where. He also mentions he's a prominent person. So would that mean he's an official? Okay, so we know it's old city. We've got this. It's not deaths, we know this, but we just had that just in there anyway. Right, okay, so... Old city. Other. Occupation. Legal documents, births, marriage, death. I honestly don't know. John, can you stop putting stuff in your diary about how shit I am, please? I just helped a woman deliver a baby. A little girl, when I returned, Sherlock was exactly where I left him, struggling in archives. Could it be a citizen born in the 1700s? Well, no, because we're basically based it in... This is 1869. So that would mean the guy's got to be 70 years old for that to be the case. Because if we went to there... And then district's old city... I don't think that's the case. Birth? Nope. Marriage? Death? Occupation? No. Would it be... Okay, so let's say 1700s. Citizens? No. Yeah, that's not the case. So you got to try and use the information that we've been given. The information we've been given for Mercurio's address. Vogel said he was said the artist Boniface Mercurio lives somewhere in the old city. So we've got old city selected, but he doesn't know exactly where. He also mentions he is a prominent person, which would say that he's someone quite renowned. Which would say... Yeah, that's what I thought as well. So citizen or other. But then, you look at occupation. Nothing. Legal documents, nothing. Citizens, legal documents, nothing. Occupation, nothing. Marriage, death. No, it's that. Yeah, he wouldn't have it wrong. He wouldn't have it wrong. One is a very intelligent man, but also, the game wouldn't give you wrong information because it's counterintuitive. It wouldn't make sense. Like, the game would not do that. It's nothing to do with period. The name of the case is The Muse from Abroad. You're Googling it, aren't you? I know you, Keeps. I know you. Right. So, districts. Yeah, I know you. I know you. I know you too well. Subjects. But he doesn't know exactly where. He mentions also as a prominent person. I think official. It's nothing to do with legal documents. Businesses. I honestly have no idea. I honestly have no idea. I'm going to go... So I feel like... No, I'm not looking for an address. I'm looking for who he is. So that's why I was also going to the police records. I'm not looking for an address because I don't think it would give an address. I think it would give... I mean, you could arguably look at... You could arguably look to say if you was looking for some kind of... like a newspaper of such and such and such and such. It's the Chronicle. Chronicle. Newspaper, another archive. So, would that be... Would that... Cordana's Chronicle. Where is Cordana's Chronicle? That's the police station. That's the city hall. It's a mosque. Okay, so it's in this area here, which is like the main area. So, oh, it's here. Right then, okay. Right, I'll go here then. I didn't know this was a place that we could actually go. Okay, fair enough. Okay, Keeps, thanks very much for that. Yeah, like I wouldn't have gone there at all. I thought that was a newspaper area, like it was a there's newspaper boys all over the place, isn't there, where they kind of give you the lowdown of your last case. So we might actually hear someone here. Or we're going to continue down this road until we get to here, turn right onto Queen Street, and then continue on to Queen Street. Okay. It was a little bit easier in the other games where you're in Sherlock's like kind of in your 221 Baker Street, and you're in his little like you've got whenever you need to do an archive, you go into his archives and it's got everything there for you. So this one's a little bit more rough, so to speak. Right, it should be around here. It's not this, is it? No. It's not here. Oh, looks like it's here. Yep. Hello, love.
Presses, who is Cordona's handsome stranger? Or Nosebaggerspun's local life? Wait, no. Foppish foreigner hides dark past. Oh, you've made quite the impression already, Mr. Holmes. You care to tell your side of the story?
I'm quite certain I have no idea as to what you refer, and I am further certain I have no interest in indulging your gossip.
Gossip? The truth will come out, but will only be heard if told well. Scandal, daring-do, romance. These are the tools of every good journalist. Nothing travels faster or lasts longer than a great story. Young man, your tale will be told with or without you. My readers demand it.
You already knew my name and seem aware of my doings here in Cordona. I presume this newspaper is your little endeavor?
Yasmin Sertel, editor-in-chief of the Cordona Chronicle. Advocate of the free press, voice of the people, scourge of the silk stocking.
Charmed, I'm sure. As an advocate of the free press, I trust you'll permit me to consult your archives? There are gaps in my knowledge of Cordona.
Oh, so my work does have merit. Well, I think we can strike a bargain. I shall provide you access, and you let me keep writing about your exploits.
So be it.
Brooding bachelor builds bridges. Now that's character development.
Okay.
I guess I owe you my gratitude.
What can I say? I've always enjoyed working with the Holmes. They whisper such interesting things.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Archive, here we go. Right, so we've got district, we've got old city section, people, journalists, celebrities, period, recent. There we go. The past week has brought us a new scandal regarding the local so-called artistic higher society. It all began at the painting sellout named by local artist as the Dance of the Decadents, the director of a publishing house. The lines Darren Terwick broke the Edel, I think, by throwing a chair at a decadent artist Boniface Mercurio. As Mr. Terwick said later, he did it because Mr. Curio brought dishonour to his name. The column writer graciously reminds the reader that recently Dr. Mercurio was spotted with Mrs. Terwick at a coffee house. After an orchestra conductor, Kurt Gallagher smashed a painting across Mr. Terwick's head to protect his friend Mercurio. A large brawl started, including a large number of the customers. After a protracted fight, the police arrived. All the high society brawlers were arrested and placed under guard for a week. What a breathtaking event it was. As your loyal personal advisor, I suggest that you obtain a souvenir from the sellouts. Unfortunately, it has since ended, but Boniface Mercurio himself invites our readers to visit his home and purchase one of his paintings. You'll find him at the address Hermes Avenue between Scarlet Street and Olive Street in Old City. Right then, okay. So we've got what we need
Mr.
here.
Holmes, I have something for you.
Hello, it's going to be a case,
Mr.
isn't it?
Holmes, I see what you're up to. Mysterious stranger pursues betrothed woman. But please, let us keep things professional. I have in my possession an envelope containing details of a special assignment for you. Tell me, are you interested?
So I'm just opening up an energy drink. Yeah, go on then.
I believe I am, but to be very clear, Miss Sertle, my interest extends to the message and not the messenger.
So he claims he's not a gal sneaker, seducing women everywhere he goes. Perhaps the truth is even more scandalous?
Please spare me the speculation. Return to the
Did she
matter at
just
hand.
call me
A
gay?
gang of smugglers, the Eels, have Codona in their
Is that what she's just done? She just called me
The British
gay.
Empire can abide it no longer. Mycroft insists they be disbanded. But this organization only falls with the capture of their odious leader, Friedrich Panzer. And note well, I did say capture, not kill. Inside your envelope is a map marked with the Eels' warehouses. But alas, we do not know in which Friedrich Panzer resides.
So even Mycroft has his limits.
Indeed. You must be sure to identify the correct warehouse before entering. Because once one is compromised, the other's occupants will scatter.
Okay.
Here are all the files, and feel free to use the archive too. Again, do not enter the wrong location, nor see any harm done to Friedrich Panzer.
Miss Sertle, if you're quite done with the redundant instructions, I shall get to work.
Well, that's perfect. Tortured hero lashes out after rejected romance. Tomorrow's edition will be a sensation.
This is why people hate journalists. Constantly misleading people. Lovely. Alright, so we've got a few warehouses around, but I don't think that's something that we're going to go and do. Warehouse 1, Warehouse 2, Warehouse 3. So there's 3 warehouses there. Don't think there's anything else. I think it is all up in this little Silverton area here. So, right, we've done that, and it said it was in the old city, Scarlet Street and Olive Street. So it must be there. Alright. Oh, wrong thing. Interesting. And we're going this way. So we're not going to go and look at the warehouses or whatever. I don't think that's really of interest. We're more focusing on our mother.
Could you help me?
It's funny when someone like you asks someone like me for help.
Okay. Kind of rude, but I'm sure it was around here. There we go.
Excuse me, young man. Where do you think you're going?
Greetings, Mom. I'm looking for the...
I don't care who you're looking for. You shall not pass.
All
No
right, Gandalf.
visitors allowed.
I wish to buy a painting from Mr. Boniface Mercurio. Is he at home?
Dearie, tell me, because old age has made me blind. Did someone write Information Bureau on my forehead? Because I'm not here to answer your questions. Entry is for residents only. If you aren't a resident, please leave, or I shall report you to the police.
Bitch. Okay.
No visitors allowed.
Okay, well, how about you go fuck yourself? Can I just... So, how about I've got to dress like that. I've got to dress like that, don't I? Okay, so let's have a little look to see what we've got. That's an idea. Dressing up as a police officer. We could dress up as a police officer, couldn't we? Would this work?
Hello, officer. How can I help you?
Greetings. I'm investigating the theft of a painting by Mr. Boniface Mercurio. He lives here, I understand. May I talk to him?
Oh, how dreadful. But I suppose that means his work is finally being appreciated, doesn't it?
In a way, yes.
That's good. The news should please him.
Thank you, Ma'am. So, where might I find him?
Find who?
Mr. Mercurio. His painting was stolen?
You must be new to the police service. You see, dear, there is a rule. No visitors allowed. This rule applies to policemen as well.
Ma'am, I am representing the law of this island. Please, let me through, otherwise...
Do you know how hard it is to become a landlady on an island ruled by men? And if you think that I'm just an old woman whom you can frighten with your uniform, you're very mistaken. I have a lot of connections. If you do something stupid, my dear, it will be the last thing you do on this island.
Very well, Ma'am. I'll work it out another way.
Have a nice day, officer.
Okay, that was interesting. That was very interesting, the fact that the game actually puts that through. Right, okay. So, I thought it worked, it didn't work. So, we're going to have to... We're going to have to go in... Just go and dress like a doctor. Okay. Ooh. What do we say here then? I think we're going to have to go and get some clothes, aren't we? Right, so where is a clothes shop? There's a clothes shop over here. Yeah, we're going to have to go south, aren't we? I mean, best case scenario, we just shoot the woman in the face and we can just mosey on in. Okay, so the market should be relatively close. Just around the corners to the right. Right, let's talk to your boy on the left.
Nice affordable. Let's pick something that suits you.
Okay, so we got to try and find something which makes us look. We've got that. If you Bohemian, so rent that. Bohemian. Alright, let's rent this. None of this. The mustache. I think it's the mustache. There we go. And then there we go.
Be careful with what you've taken.
Okay, so now we just take the glasses off, and I think we should just look exactly like the guy that we need to look like. There we go. Oh, so basically things that you need for this, we could have done that in the last case, where if we just rent it out for the disguise, I think if we have the disguise up, we can just rent stuff out. Was it here? Was it here? Or was it... No, it wasn't here. It was a little bit further down, wasn't it? Yeah, it's a little bit further down. Right, so we're going to try and pretend that we are Mercurio. We have no idea what he sounds like, but I guess we can kind of deduce that. I think it's here on the right. Yes, it is.
Boniface, sweetie. Is that you? Ah, old age does terrible things to one's sight. I didn't recognize you at first.
How are you, Mum? I'm ashamed to admit that I've lost my key. Do you have a spare?
For heaven's sake, how many times will you lose that key of yours? Of course I have a spare. You artists all live in your own little world.
Please, accept my thanks.
I would rather accept your rent. You promised to pay me several weeks ago, and I'm still waiting.
I will pay you, I promise, very soon.
You'd better do, my dear. Or else I'll just change the lock. And I won't fall for those cow eyes.
Okay. In we go. Stupid bitch. It's not here. Not here. Is it here? Is it number 2? Yeah, it's number 2. Right. Oops. Okay. What's happened here then? Let's see what we got. Right, let's go. Right, so soft torso.
Judging by
muscles.
post-mortem rigidity, the body lay here for 1 or 2 days.
Okay. Right. Bruises on the knuckles. He had a fight. There's a knife next to him. With blood.
A normal kitchen knife.
Blood on it.
Could be the murder weapon.
More likely not. So look at your shoes. You got anything on your shoes? No.
The wound is precise. It was inflicted by a razor or a knife.
Okay, so what's these?
Soaked in blood. It seems as if the puddle of blood was here before the rags.
It was the old woman. It was the old woman, 100%. Right, so... Is this the stolen painting?
The blood has dried.
I've heard of this style of painting.
Wait, what
It's
the
called
fuck are you doing, John?
Expressionism.
Alright, we got a... the knife is missing. We got a broken. Yeah, we got blue fibers. Right, we got blue fibers on there. We got this. What is a?
It appears the wine was truly awful.
Okay, so we got a wine bottle. We got a camera.
I wonder where he got that fancy camera.
We got pictures there. We've got. We got. Is that cheese? Is that cheese and garlic bread? What about in here? We got any letters?
Despite the overall tendency towards mess, you cannot sit with the drawer pulled out like this. Someone left it after searching.
Absolutely. Okay. So now we go to the bed. Let's see what's on the bed. Ooh, we've got...
Red skin, tails on the back. Reminds me of Werder's description of the stolen painting.
Alright, so this is the one that was getting penetrated by the devil. We've got the room, which...
The photograph was not pulled out in time. Such a waste of material.
Okay, what's on this?
Look at this, John. Isn't it our stolen demon?
Right, okay, so... We've got the chronicle there, we've got a shithouse there, nice. Anything here? Right, we've got some...
Aunt May whiskey, brandy bucks. Quite a collection he had here.
So he was a bit of an alcoholic. Right, we got this. We got the blue... Got the blue fabric there. Paintings there. Let's have a little look to see what's over here. Chess. Right, John, what are you doing, mate? Anything else that kind of sticks out? All this stuff in here.
The chest has been searched.
Right, we got something from the Mine Palace. Alright, let's have a little look to see what we got. So, judging from the room, let's have a little look in here. So, he's in there. Yeah, that seems likely. He's pushed someone up against that using the bottle of wine. The person's then picked up the knife, used it to cut the throat. They've tried to clean up the blood in a panic. They tried to clean up the blood or hold the rag on there, hold the rag on his throat to stop him from bleeding, so it wasn't intentional. No, that doesn't seem likely. No, that doesn't seem likely either. Ooh. What's going on here? So, they've come in. Someone's in there looking. He's coming for the bottle. He's come in, seen that person. He's gone for him. The guy's picked up the knife. This doesn't make sense though, does it? Is...
Mercurio was developing photographs when the intruder snuck in.
Yeah.
Mercurio heard him coming. While the thief was searching the chest, the painter ran towards him with a bottle in his hand. He smashed it across the thief's head. The intruder had no choice but to defend himself, and the weapon of opportunity happened to be a kitchen knife. Mercurio stepped aside to grab the painting, but the wine-blinded thief attacked Mercurio's throat. When the thief came to his senses, he saw Mercurio bleeding on the floor.
Yeah.
He grabbed the rags and tried to bandage him, but it was too late. Why did Mercurio attempt to snatch the painting in the middle of a fight? To strike the intruder? Not with his painting, it was too important to him.
Maybe he's seen... Maybe he wanted to try and leave. This painting was like his...
It's time for some chemical magic, John.
Yeah, so maybe... Maybe he tried using the paint and try and get the painting and run away, where his throat was slit. Alright, so let's try and do some of this chemical analysis. Okay, so what have we got here then? We've got to try and find 4 red, 3 green, 4 blue. What's that do? So that ups the plus. What does... So say if we was to put that in. Makes it +4. Okay. So we need... Let's say this. We get this and we drop that there. So that's +4 now. So we know this. We need a +3. Which could arguably go for this again. And then we need a +4, which we can then go for the +4. So it's like this. We have that here. And then that go to there, that go to there. So we've got 4, 3, 4. Lovely. Success. We managed to erase the blood by using chemicals. It's a still life painting of Mercurio's room. Now, if we're going to use this, we're going to maybe look at some of the information on this painting and see if there's anything that's missing. What does that mean, by the way? Oh, nope, wrong thing. Find a use for an item.
That doesn't look like the painting we need, Sherry.
This is missing.
As expected, but that doesn't mean it won't tell us anything. Let's put it on the easel where it belongs.
Yeah, it means this is missing.
I guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the 2 differences, John?
Okay, so we know this is missing.
If the intruder didn't take it, the skull should be somewhere here.
And then, what else?
I guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the 2 differences, John?
The 2 differences. What else are we looking for here? Candles there. The pillows are there. The wine up there is there. Oranges are there. We've got all the rags down there, and that's there. We can't see what's on those. It's nothing to do with this here. Can we see anything else? No, I don't think we can. Oh, the tree.
Nothing behind it.
Okay. So we're going to try and look for this skull thing here.
Nothing behind it.
A bit behind that.
If the intruder didn't take it, the skull should be somewhere here.
Now let's look on the ceiling. Nothing around there. Oh, that is there. Can we see it? Is there a skull anywhere that we can see? It's not outside. Is it? I don't think so. I don't think it'll be outside by any way. Oh, there it is.
Monster was actually a man. Poor girl. John, you ought to be thrilled. We are now hunting the devil himself.
Ooh.
What were you saying, Sherry? I was too busy sketching the scene, you know, crimes and such like, daily routine. Did you find something?
A photograph. It depicts a man in a red suit with tails sprouting from his back and multiple people in masks watching the scene. It all adds up. But the act of love, it wasn't given willingly, John. It was a violation. And the girl, she was with child.
Give that to me now. Did you recognize someone?
No. Although the victim is not from Cordona, she is African. Look at the ritual scars on her face.
Get that image out of your brain. You have to continue the investigation.
I must speak to the landlady. Perhaps she saw or heard something.
Sherry, you cannot tell her the truth about Mercurio. It will hurt her.
John, that's illogical. Sooner or later, she will come here and discover a corpse, and I still need to talk to her.
Just avoid mentioning corpse, all right? Stick to the character, tell her to call the police.
I'll take that into account.
And wait here. I've redrawn the people in the photograph. Now you can proceed with your investigation without those horrific details.
Okay. Okay, so new Mind Palace clue. So let's go to our Mind Palace. We got the Muse from abroad. Coal footprints. Gallery intruder is a smoker who limps. Painter was killed. Okay, so we got this together. The visitor didn't want to kill Mercurio. Clues. We've got the gallery intruder is a smoker who limps.
What's wrong, dear? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Who entered my flat recently?
Can you tell me if anyone else has recently entered the flat?
Oh, you're talking about that limping man. I'm sorry I let him in. I was scared. And I thought maybe he would motivate you to find money so that you would pay your rent. No offense, dear.
Can you describe him?
Oh, so you weren't at home. I was so certain you didn't leave your flat that day. He was of average height, had a limp and a tattoo on his neck, and he was smoking Malpal cigarettes. My husband used to smoke those. They have a horrible smell I can recognize from a mile away.
Can I ask a favor?
Of course, dearie.
Please call the police and ask them to enter the flat, and don't look inside until they come up.
What? What trouble have you stepped in this time?
It really doesn't matter. Thank you, Mum.
Okay, so we've actually been good there. So we've not told. We've not told her about the death, which is what was requested to us by John. Right, so now we're going to go try and find this woman. So John's redrawing of the pregnant girl. John has redrawn the photograph of the violation that I found in Mercurio's place. In this painting, it depicts a pregnant woman with tribal scars on her face. Oh, pin evidence. So here...
Oh, Sherry, that was close. But you did everything correctly. Now, take off your outfit. I can't let you walk around in a dead man's clothes.
You are absolutely correct there, John. So we are going to go. You know what? We're going to make ourselves look a little bit... We're going to make ourselves look a little bit bougie. We want emo hair. No, thank you. We like this hair. Glasses. Nope. There. There we go. And... John can make him still look like an ice cream man. Okay, there we go. Ooh, looking fancy. What? You fuck. There we go. That's what we want to look like. Okay, so we got the redrawing of the pregnant girl. Now we've got to go and ask around to see if we can... So, I forgot what the pin means as well. Let's have a little look. Oh, so the pin just means pin this evidence, which we have. Inquire on the people around you. So...
Could you help me?
Why don't you talk to your co-workers?
Do you know anything about this?
Oh, I've heard talk.
Ooh, okay. So John's redrawing of the pregnant girl. The scars on the girl's face seem to be from Eus ethnic group tribe. The only place where you can find Iwu's people in Cordona is a refugee camp located in Victoria's Bridge between Scaladio and Silverton. Victoria's Bridge. Okay, Victoria's Bridge in... So is it here? That's Iron Bridge. Is it here? Victoria's Bridge. Right, we're going to go there. Mark on the compass, and we're going to go here. Lovely. I think we're making a lot better progress today than we did in the last stream. We ended up getting quite stuck, although we were stuck earlier, but not too bad. So I've only got like another hour or so of so because I've got another night shift tonight, which is a bit unfortunate, but it's not actually going too bad. So over the last couple of days, I have been when I've been at work, like when you work nights, you can have like a film on or whatever, and I've been watching a few things. So I watched Secret Level on Amazon, and it wasn't too bad. There was some which were very, very good. And for those who don't know what it is, it's just basically like a short story series, which some episodes were like 20 minutes long, some of them were like 5, 6, and it almost felt like there was a class of animators who were all given a game. So there's like not World of Warcraft, there's Warhammer 40k, there's The Outer Worlds, there's Pac-Man, there's Mega Man, there's some other ones as well which I can't fully remember, and they're all given a game, and they've all got to try and do like a short story, but try and animate it as best as they can. And some of them are really, really good, like kind of out there a little bit, but some of them were a little bit shit. Oh, what we got here then? Okay, so we got ship arrive, discard, harbour, no, work of a siren, saw ghosts, no, selling moonshine, no, beach by the cemetery, yes, lost shipments, no. Okay, so we're going to try and get some more of those in.
Did you hear another sight?
Saw ghosts was no. Police at the place, yes. Harbour, no. Selling moonshine. Work of a siren, yes. Lost shipments. No. Ship arrives. No. Beaches. Okay, so we fucked that up. So work for siren and there was something else.
Did you hear another sailor?
Okay, so ship arrives. No. Saw ghosts. No. Police at the place. Yes. No. Harbour. No. Work of a siren. Yes. So okay, I think we should be okay now.
They're suspicious. Or they were checking you
It is
out.
quite difficult to do.
Another
Like, especially first time. Okay, so beach of the cemetery, no. Work police at the place. Harbour, no. Ship arrive, I don't think so, no. Work for siren, yes. Selling moonshine, no. Saw ghosts, no. Lost shipments, no. Or was that yes?
Did you hear another sailor's drowned on the beach?
Another sailor's drowned at the beach. Okay, lost shipments, no. Harbour, no. Work of a siren, yes. Ship arrived, no. Saw ghosts, no. Police at the place. Selling moonshine. Beach by the cemetery, yeah, because it was a... Okay. Sailor was found drowned at the beach by the cemetery. People are just talking about sirens, but that's just superstition. Or is it? Okay. So that's another case.
Does this poster truly claim that Cordona has a ghost?
And then a ghost hunter. John, oh, what's this?
Unholy howls keeping you inside at night? Luigi can help. All ghosts gone. Meet on southern pier of the Silverton port. Donations gratefully accepted. This town loves the supernatural, but all I see is another scam to disprove.
The world shrivels under a skeptic's eye. That's why you're so sullen, Sherry. You leave no room for delight in the magical.
I delight in making the unknown known. Let us begin by asking someone about the poster and then pay this Luigi a visit at the port.
Okay, so we're not going to be messing around with that.
Do you know anything about this?
Oh, if only I could help you with this.
Okay, so there is somewhere around here we need to kind of look. There is the Drinking Dutchman. Let's have a little chat in here.
Can I ask you a question? I wish I could help you.
Oh, sorry, dude. What about you?
Help me, please.
Mate, I have to disappoint you. I know nothing.
Time to check your who, what and what, Sherry. Who are you asking, about what and dressed as what?
Okay, so it's nothing to do with them. So it seems like it is a tribal group which said it was around here. No, you don't seem to fit the mark. It said in the casebook, a refugee camp located under the bridge. Under the bridge, okay, so that makes more sense here. So down here we go.
Beasts!
Oh, what's happening here? Okay.
Murderers!
They're completely livid.
First they come to our land, then they murder our people.
You seem someone of
Sir,
interest.
This place is off limits to the public. Please state your business or leave, or I shall request that the police escort you out.
I'm a private investigator.
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm a private investigator. I'm looking for a witness for a case.
A private investigator? Really? Even so, you're not authorized. I can't let you in.
And you are?
I'm Ronald Harlow, here to handle the refugee situation on behalf of City Hall. I'm the acting supervisor here, so I have full authority here to ask you to leave, or I shall order the police to detain you for trying to pass the blockade. Please, step back.
Okay, let's observe you. Right, you've got a pretty mouth. Tries to appear older with a shit mustache. She's got a pencil mustache, any like thing that's actually drawn on. Right, you've got tired eyes. Works indoors, poor lighting. You've got a battered hat. You've got a waistcoat, wants to look authoritative with is overdressed. You are not married. Damp palms, sweating, stressed. You've also got... Yeah, you definitely got no wedding ring. Your shoes, they look a bit... clean shoes. So... Ronald Harlow is a pale young clerk who tries his best to oversee a refugee camp assigned to him by City Hall. He is not very happy with such a responsibility, but he always does things by the book and executes all tasks he is given. However, he lacks the experience to deal with problems outside his writing desk. He's attempting to look older than his years by growing a scant moustache. Pale skin and bags under his eyes suggest he works at a poorly lit office, which he rarely leaves, judging by his clean and barely worn shoes. He craves to look authoritative by wearing smart clothes, but his look is out of place considering Cordonna's weather. Sweaty palms suggest that Ronald is extremely stressed by being outside his comfort zone, or a tired pen pusher. Ronald Harlow is a depressed young clerk, exhausted by his day-to-day job. City Hall has assigned him to oversee a refugee camp, but he's too tired and indifferent to solve the problems that arise. Okay, this game is unreal with its storytelling. Thank you. I know. That it's very good. If it's like anything like the first one, it's going to be sensational. It's done very, very well. The for those who don't know, we were talking about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. He's the guy who plays Henry Iscalitz. He actually originates from Solihull, which is not too far from Coventry. I'm going to be honest, man. I've just experienced something in a video game that I've never... Have you cried? Have you cried? Did you cry on me, buddy? Did you just cry on me? Have you done that? He has a scant moustache, which he thinks makes him look older. Pale skin and bags under his eyes suggest he is tired of his dark, cramped office, which he rarely leaves. Yet, judging by his clean and barely worn shoes, that he does not favour the outdoors in any case. Sweaty palms suggest that Ronald is stressed. He might have worn fewer clothes considering today's weather. I can't spoil it. Okay, yeah, don't spoil it. When I'm doing it on stream, and I get to that point, which I think you've played quite a lot of it, haven't you, so far? Obviously, say this. This is the thing. Yeah. But yeah, I want to blast through this. So all the secondary cases that don't have any involvement with our main case here with our mother, then we're not gonna do. Unfortunately, so to speak. But yeah, I think there's going to be so many. It's going to take up a lot of time, which I'm not too favourable at doing, and I do want to go on to Kingdom Come Deliverance too. So I think here, you excited to see me experience it? Yeah. Mate, I can't wait. Pale skin. It starts, yeah, it does. Like those sorts of games, like they do start slow, but I think the thing is with I say slow. The first one doesn't really start off slow because it was like the first one, for those not spoilers whatever. But the way the game starts is you're literally just you're in Skalitz, life's happy, you've just woke up, you're a little bit hungover. You're talking to your mom, you got to go and help your dad with something, you forge a sword, and then as soon as you forge the sword, an army comes over the hill and basically like just desecrates your whole town. And you then go on the run to go to a nearby hamlet to warn them what's happened. And then obviously it goes from there, but that's like the first bit of it. I'll definitely love it. Yeah, I will. I mean, that's the thing as well with Kingdom Come Deliverance 1. It's not going to be the only time I'll play it. I'm going to play it again. Whether or not it's on stream or not, I don't know. yeah, again, I don't know. There's also DLC, because the thing is, well, with that game, there's DLC that I want to play, but also there's some parts I want to try and do differently with the game. Maybe look at something a little bit more. Do we really need to finish Sherlock? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. But it shouldn't take me long. I mean, this is part 3. I've looked at how long the game takes in terms of just the base and extras and stuff. It should take me a couple more streams, maybe like 2-3 streams. So fingers crossed by the end of the week, this should be done. And then starting Monday or whatever, then we'll go. Yeah, should be fine. Should be fine. So I think this guy is I think he's a dazed formalist. Yeah, cheers, dude. And thank you very much for getting it me as well. That is very, very generous of you. Again, I'm like, if anything, I don't know how to, like, I don't know how to accept gifts. I don't know how to accept compliments. I'm just like, it's like, I don't even know how to explain it. I'm like a wet cat. Like, as soon as you put something, like, cat in water, or like, they're just like this, like, fuck, what do I do? Like, I just don't know what to do. It's weird. I'm a weird guy. Right, so we've got that. We've put him in for this.
What about the murder that this crowd keeps shouting about?
It's mere assumption. I assure you that the situation is under the police's control.
I know you want to deal with this in the right way. You are obviously a professional and a responsible person. But you clearly have
My donation link goes to a Rick Roll.
I am handling it, Mr. Holmes. Don't question my capability here.
And tell me how you do it. You can't even calm this gathered crowd, and as for the police, they're not quite managing it either, are they? You consider yourself a problem solver, but until today, you've been solving problems sitting at your desk in a dark corner of a city hall room. Here, you need a more practical approach.
What are you driving at, Mr. Holmes?
I can help you.
I can help you to handle the situation if you're truly interested in solving things quickly and quietly.
And how exactly would you manage that?
Simply tell the police that I'm with City Hall and I'm permitted to investigate the scene. I'll work out the rest, but in return I need your help finding my witness. She's a young refugee. She's with child or was with child recently.
Look, there is indeed a dead body inside the camp. So even if the girl you are looking for is there, all the refugees are now being detained and interrogated by the police. They won't allow you to speak with her, and I can't do anything about that until the situation settles down.
So it's in our mutual interest to settle it.
Oh. I suppose that things are bad enough that I ought not shy away from help. All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell the police to allow you to come inside. Just tell me when you're ready.
I'm glad. I'm glad. Like you're loving it. I mean, I was saying this on the last stream. I think the first one had like a lot of like, I think it's like 800. You know, I'm gonna get away from all this shouting. I'm ready to go in.
I'm ready to take a look at the scene.
All right. Go inside the camp and find Inspector Tewksbury. He's the officer investigating the scene. Tell him I sent you. Say you're an independent expert from City Hall. He'll fill in the details for you.
I'll find my way with words. Thank you, Mr. Harlow.
Thank you very much. Okay.
So they keep these refugees under a bridge like proverbial trolls.
Right, okay.
No wonder the people outside are so disturbed.
So yeah, so as I was saying, like the amount of dialogue in that game as well, which is like, I think it's number 2 is got to be obviously very well thought. It's been in production for a while, as far as I gather. The first one had like, I don't know if it was 800 words or 800 lines of dialogue, which is like stupid anyway. But then Baldur's Gate 3, I think it had like 1 point. Baldur's Gate 3, I think soon it had like, I'm not sure if it was words or whatever, but apparently Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has actually got more than Baldur's Gate 3, which is a feat in itself, because Baldur's Gate 3 it was, so it just happened that blew my mind. I was sad, angry and happy at the same time. Okay, this is the thing that I say as well. you know when something is good is when you're playing it or watching it when you're not actually physically doing so. So this is a thing where I talk about like Game of Thrones or like Marvel or whatever. When, for instance, Game of Thrones was like at its peak, like between seasons 3 and seasons 5, or argued some parts of 6, you would watch it for an hour, and then for the rest of that week you was talking about it to everyone you would know. You know, you're talking to your friends, family, co-workers, everyone. There's the conspiracy theories that kind of go on, and this and that and that, and that is what makes a show not good but great. Same with a game, same with anything. If you are talking about it as much as possible when you're not actually in the process of watching it or playing it or whatever, that is what makes something great, in my opinion. You know, you don't just play it or watch it or whatever, you are living it because it becomes a part of your daily life. You're just talking about it to a bunch of people. And I remember the days, it's almost like, remember when everyone started playing Pokemon Go and everyone was just like, it just felt like the whole world was just in unison over, everyone was just happy and everyone was talking about Pokemon Go. And everyone was just happy. That's when, at the time, it was like a great experience, and that's the whole point, it's been an experience. So a game like that, where I know a lot of people are talking about it, I know there's some people that have complained about some stuff or whatever, and that's just probably complaining for the sake of complaining. But yeah, it's like, if you're enjoying it that much and your mind's actually blown, it's those moments where you will literally go back and remember those moments, and you can't get those moments ever again from that same experience. I could play Red Dead Redemption 2 again, and as much as I fucking loved that game, I will be playing it anticipating what is coming up next, and my mind is already going in, and it can't be blown again. You know, the fuse is already gone. So that's what makes a game fantastic, a show fantastic, you know, is when you're talking about it and feeling it for that first time, and it's like listening to music. I know I'm going on, but it's like listening to music for the first time and hearing it, and it makes like the hair stand up on the back on your arms, or you know, gives you that kind of tingle down your spine, or the shiver. Like, it's that when you have that experience, there's nothing like it. It's so good. Alright then, back to the game.
Who the hell are you? How did you get in here?
Mr. Ronald Harlow let me in, sir. I'm Sherlock
Look at
Holmes,
John
surveyor
flexing
of
in the
refugee
background.
affairs with City Hall. You're Inspector Tewkesbury, I presume?
A surveyor? What does that even mean?
In short, I've been sent to conduct an extensive report on the incident for the Colonial Office, and to assess all the damage inflicted on state property.
Got it. Another paperworm sent to count money and get food for archive mold. Go on, look around, but don't make yourself too at home. As if I didn't have enough problems before you appeared.
Could you first tell me what happened here?
What happened? People from the bridge above the camp heard a woman screaming and saw a mass of refugees attacking a man. Clearly not a refugee. When the camp guards came by, the man was floating in the sewage canal with a knife in his chest. Bam. A murder. Big news for Cordona.
I'm sure. Thank you, Inspector.
Okay, so, who is the dead man?
Did you learn anything about the dead man?
The fellow looks like a thug. I've had dozens like him fished out of the sea over the past 20 years. Ever since these refugees arrived, there have been people on Cordona with bad blood in them. My best bet is that this thug had something against them too.
And no clue as to his identity?
He had some items on his body, but nothing to indicate who he was or where he was from.
I think I should catalogue his possessions in my records.
Go on. They're on the table near the body.
Okay, then any other victims?
And none of the refugees were harmed?
One fellow was cut. He's lying over there near their kitchen. He's in a bad way.
You mentioned a woman screaming who attracted the bypassers on the bridge. Was she harmed?
No, she's all right, but perhaps the whole debacle started because of her. She started wailing and the refugees stood up for the girl.
And where is this young woman now?
Back there in the shacks, same as the rest of the refugees. She's been questioned by my men, but she's just some refugee girl. Can't understand much English.
Okay, who are the suspects?
Do you have any suspects yet?
You're joking, right? I've got a whole camp full of suspects. And if you ask me, this bloke had it coming. Better bury him and forget about the whole thing. And now there's a crowd gathered at the camp, and my superiors say we must thoroughly interrogate the refugees. At least those who can understand any English.
Do you believe that your superiors wish to get rid of the refugees?
I think that both our superiors would rather keep the story quiet. Since that's an unaffordable luxury now, they're looking how to protect their public image. That's why I have to waste my time waiting for my people to turn every stone and befriend every refugee.
Okay. Right. So let's go and have a look at the table where... Oh,
here we go again. Number of hours on Cordona before stumbling upon another dead body. 0.
What's this?
Clearly a left handprint here.
Okay, a left handprint on there. Okay, we got... Are these... Pall-mall. Yeah.
Soaked with salt water.
Okay. What's these? These look like the money. Yeah.
£1,000. A fair sum, especially considering British currency isn't very common in Cordona.
Okay, what's this?
A simple leather sheath. Perfect for a dirk.
Okay. Right then. Right, let's have a look at the... Right, we've got the knife.
A steel dirk. Sharp. A common accessory among sailors and soldiers.
Okay, so we've looked at that. We've got the wound.
I'd say the blade penetrated upward, however the wound is too messy to be certain.
Okay, so if it's going upwards, that means the person must have gone... See, up, so that means they could be... taller? You've got a tattoo on your neck.
An interesting tattoo. Does it mean something?
Okay, what about the face? It looks like... Is that a bruise to the face? That means it might have had a few knocks. Can't look at the hand. Let's have a look at the shoes.
Heavy boots, with one sole far more worn than the other.
This man was limping.
This man was limping, John.
So this is the guy who... This is the guy with a limp. Let's have a look. Does he have any charcoal under his nails? Debris under fingernail, coal dust.
Coal
there we
dust
go.
under the nails. I don't see much coal around here. A violent death. But this man, limping, coal dust. I think we're onto something here, John.
Okay. So we've got evidence 1 with that. We've got evidence 2. We've got evidence 9 over there. We've got evidence 3 over here. What's this? We've got the pots, which are broken.
A fresh crack, as if the crate was hit recently.
Okay. What about inside the pot? We got anything there? No. We got blood here.
Someone bled profusely here.
Okay. So we got blood there. We got... Okay. We've got number 4 here. Are these footprints? We got blood. Mild bleeding kept moving.
A blood trail leading to a furrow in the ground.
The blood trail leading to the water. You've got the handprint, the left handprint, which looks like...
Clearly a left handprint here.
Left handprint, someone going into the water. You've got number 8 over here. We've got what we got.
These events have fractured into so many pieces. But I know you can collect them all, Sherlock.
Okay, so we've got what appears to be a a footprint going... Police footprint.
Police boots. Always happy to trample evidence.
Okay. We've got a size 9 damaged sole.
A heavy boot with a worn-out sole.
So this is our victim. The size 10 barefoot.
A man's footprint.
Okay. Interesting. Right, now what else have we got? Have we got anything over there? We've got some broken bottles, but I don't think that's part of the evidence. No. No, we do not. Okay, we've got number 5 over here. We've got beads.
Carnelian agate beads, a traditional African adornment.
Okay. And then we've got number 6, which looks like... We've got the stick. Has he got any blood on the stick?
No hint of blood or impact.
Okay, what about...
It might have been used as an improvised weapon.
Okay, we've got blood here.
The blood sprayed off the blade after the strike.
Okay. Number 7 over here. We got a bunch of footprints.
Someone was dragged against their will.
And then we've got 8 over there, which we've already looked at, I think. Oh. You're sliced at the chest.
The cut is deep, potentially serious if not treated immediately. He is in shock, feverish and dehydrated.
Sherry, you know first aid. Surely you have a duty to help this man. You can't leave him to certain death.
You know what? I'd like to understand.
What?
How did our dead man end up inside the camp in the first place?
How did the intruder get into the camp? Now, this has been knocked on the floor. I don't think this is by accident. Right, can we get any first aid for your boy? Sketch of the abuser. Right, let's have a look at our case here. Let's go to casebook. We're going to go to pin evidence. We're going to try and help the guy. The man will certainly die of infection if his wound is not treated. Let's see what I can find in the camp. So we need to find something that cleans the wound, disinfects it, and find a bandage. Right then, let's concentrate on this. Oiled water, clean.
I'll use it to create a solution.
Okay, so we take the water. We have to try and find a bandage of some kind. A rag. Cloth. Presumably clean.
Better than nothing to bandage the wound.
Okay. We'll take that, and then we need... We've got something over here which we can have a quick look at. And we got Elex.
That will kill, not save him.
That will kill, not save him. What about this down here? Reads.
It won't do any good.
Won't do any good. Okay, so what about... What's this stuff over here? Oh, we got stuff over there. Aloe vera, that will help.
I can use this to stop the infection from spreading. I've collated all the ingredients, now to prepare the first aid solution.
Now, is there anything here?
If they find out about the passage, everything will go to hell.
Find out about the passage. Old Sooth. No. Hysteria. No. Money. Yes. Low salary. Take refugees out. Public eye. Camp lockdown. There we go. Officers. Police officers are worried that the situation with the dead body will put the camp into strict lockdown and they will lose the money flow they were earning from their scheme.
Nobody will know anything if you keep your bloody mouth shut.
The cop... Sherry, just look at this. Living quarters in a sewer. What kind of a genius bureaucrat came up with this idea?
Okay. It's obviously not very good, is it? Right, so let's go and help out your boy. Right, we're going to do a chemical... We're going to do the chemicals, don't we? So let's... Chemical analysis. What do we need? Get all this together. We need a -3 red, -4 green, and a +5 blue. Okay, so we need to have this, which we're going to then put into a chemical imbalance here. So here, and then we're going to have the -4. We're going to have... -5. Can we do that? And it'll go to... It'll be... Okay, that's minus... That's that. How about we do it like this instead? Will that go to -4? It will go to -4, so that will work. Then we need the +5. So then we go like this, this, and this. So then bring these together. That and that. We then need to get the plus... You get the 4 here to increase... Nope, not that. We need to increase it like this, and then we need to get one of these. That go into there, that go to there. -3, -4, +5. There we go. All done. Okay, so we've done that. Now let's go and help the wounded refugee. Lovely.
Thank you.
This should make you feel better, my friend. Now remain lying down and drink as much water as you can.
Well done, Sherry. At least he won't die from the infection.
Yeah, we've done well there. We've done well. Okay, what about... Can we talk to your boy as well? No. How about you?
May I ask you something?
Don't think I can help you, lad.
Okay, what about you over here?
The refugees have been detained and will not leave until all the circumstances are clarified. Back off.
Okay, well, you're a bit grumpy. Wait, what can you see in there, John? Anything? No. Okay. I think we need to use our mind palace to try and get a good grasp of what's happened.
You still here?
Provide evidence. There's a wounded refugee, look, and he looks in a bad way.
Go and bother someone else with this,
Okay.
son.
The guards at the sewers were speaking about taking refugees out of the camp. Do you know anything about this, Inspector?
Less than you do, obviously.
And this doesn't bother you as an officer of the law?
I can neither punish them nor put them on the right track, if that's what you're asking. Maybe your friends at City Hall could do something about it, but I seriously doubt that. To be honest, I'm sick and tired of being frowned on for my uniform. If those fine gentlemen you've eavesdropped on are in some shady business, that's on their heads.
Okay. What's this one again? John wants to challenge you.
What a pleasant man this Mr. Tewkesbury is.
Not sure if I want to have this. So, let's go to our case book and let's see if we can do this. How did the intruder get into the camp? Pin evidence. Yeah, so it looks like there was something here. So, a boat came in, unlikely.
It's unlikely anyone could get in or out of the camp by water without alerting the police guards.
So it wasn't that. Was it... Wasn't around there.
Back off.
Okay. There's something over here which looks like to be a ladder. $8 feet short.
No, it's too short for these walls or cliffs.
Okay, so we've got the portcullis over here. You can have a little look at. Portcullis, yeah, it's more of a grate, isn't it? Is this? Can this open and close? Okay, it has
Sealed shut. I doubt our man could get through these grates.
Okay, is there a vent anywhere? Now, if What's this? There's something here. Oh. What have we got here?
A single Malpal butt.
Okay.
Roadman cigarettes. A brand highly regarded by law enforcement officers. So there wasn't any sophisticated infiltration plan. The good old police just let the man into the camp.
Okay.
Now we have everything we need to get the full picture of what happened at the camp.
Okay, so let's use our mind palace and we're going to have to try and figure out exactly what's happened here. So, the police let them in. The police has let your boy in. Over here. We know that. So we don't have to do anything with the mind palace there. We've got... broken. Looks like there's a scuffle there. Was there a... Now, I'm not sure about this one, so I'm going to... We've got a scuffle here. We've got footprints going that way. So, potentially... Okay. So, maybe... Your boy's running. He's kicked the box for him to trip over. He's... Nope. He's gonna put his hand on there. So they've been chasing him down here. He's... I think it's going to... Because of the beads, it must be this. That she must have fell and broke the beads. So the guys use a stick to try and do that. She's been held on. Someone's been dragged. So she's been dragged away like that. Someone's come at him now. This guy is standing up. Everyone's starting to run. I think that actually might be it. So we're gonna lock that in. Hopefully it should be the case. There we go.
So we have a thug who came to take a refugee woman with him. She resisted, but he dragged her by force. One of the refugees stood in his way, armed with a stick, yet he could do nothing against a cutthroat with a blade. The man didn't anticipate that the other refugees would intervene and stand against him. In the confusion, the woman managed to break free. The thug took fright and fled. He was stopped by the falling crates. He stumbled and fell, piercing his chest with his own blade. However, the wound didn't cause instant death. He managed to stand, but still bleeding, he lost his balance on the bridge and fell. Before all of this, the man had freely entered the camp through the main entrance. The police admitted him after they had a short smoke together.
You live by the sword, you die by the sword. In our man's case, it's the same sword.
Okay, John. Oh, who are you? Who are you now?
Mr. Harlow, your refugees didn't murder anyone.
What? Pray tell me what you've learned.
All right, listen carefully. This might solve one problem for you, but will create a few more.
Oh, well, that's a great start.
The man came to the camp intending to kidnap one of your refugees, a woman. What he didn't expect was that the refugees would stand up to protect the woman. A brawl had broken out. In the chaos of it, the man stumbled over those crates and fell on his own blade.
How do you know he fell on his own blade?
The wound in his chest was inflicted from an unusual angle. It was not an offensive stab, shall we say. The refugees didn't touch him. And judging by the blood at the scene, the intruder managed to raise himself but was unable to walk very far. He ultimately fell into the canal.
But how did he sneak into the camp? Why didn't the police see him?
And this is where your new problems emerge, Mr. Harlow.
What do you mean?
You're not a dull-witted man. You know what I mean. There is no feasible way to get into the camp without the police guards knowing of it.
The pile of mess I had to sort out has just become bigger. But somehow that doesn't surprise me. Anyway, I thank you for your help, Mr. Holmes. I'll take it from here. Meanwhile, I'll make sure the police aren't detaining the refugees any longer. You can go back in and look for your witness.
Lovely.
Do you think one small clock can make any difference in this place?
Who knows, John? Just one ill-fitting cog could make the whole machine crumble.
Okay, so we're looking for a woman who is with child. So let's look for that. Can I talk to you?
You're the one who tended to our man's wounds. I thank you greatly. The police didn't allow us to help him.
The police will leave you alone now. I've proven to them that the man who came into the camp died due to his own foolishness.
Thank you for standing up for us. But nobody would help us without a reason. You're here because you want something.
Yes, I do. I need to speak with the girl drawn here.
The dead man came for her too. He wanted to take the girl away, but we won't allow her to be hurt again. What do you want from Nayla?
Nayla. She was hurt some time ago. I'm here to find the people who did this and bring them to justice. And to find them, I need Nayla's help. Will you let me speak to her?
Justice. There's no justice on this land. But you helped us, so maybe your words are not empty.
Okay.
You can speak to Nayla, if she wants it. But I will be watching you.
So she is with child because I think she was raped.
Hello, Nayla?
That's the impression I'm getting.
My name is Sherlock. I know someone hurt you. I am here to help. I'm trying to find the people involved and bring them to justice. Please. There is a photograph, and I'm sorry, it is terrible, but I simply must ask. Where did this happen? What can you tell me about these people? Christ, Sherlock. Nayla, I'm sorry. I'm not very good at this.
You come here for me, but you are rude and cruel and condescending. A cross. The man had this cross. Now go away. Leave us be. I do not need another white man's help.
Right. I have a feeling.
Glad that wasn't me.
Not my best work, John. By a long shot.
Welcome back, Keepy. Welcome back.
Nayla doesn't want us meddling. I'm starting to wonder what this all achieves.
But she helped you anyway. Now we know that maniac's face and the cross he wore, we can still catch him.
Okay. Right, so let's go to our casebook, and we've got this. The camp's intruder's tattoo. The man found dead inside the refugee camp has a distinctive tattoo on his neck. 2 lines, one over the other, with a point at the top. This man didn't come here by chance. He is a very important thread in this case, and this tattoo might help me to pull it. Right, let's pin this evidence.
At least some of your kind have a hat. Thank you again.
Okay, thank you. Right, we can't talk to you. Right, so it says go to our mind palace. So let's try and get some information here. So the thug who also visited Vogel's gallery, the dead man from the refugee camp, was the same person who had broken into the Vogel's gallery. We've got the thug didn't hurt the girl. The thug tried to drag the girl away, and he didn't hurt the girl. The thug came to the camp intending to kidnap a woman. He had the opportunity to kill her, but that wasn't the goal. Okay. Not that. Not that either. Nearly drew a cross-shaped badge she saw on the Defiler's chest. So, the gallery thief was in Mercurio's flat, so we know it's the same person. So, we come to a conclusion: a henchman, not merely a thief. He is not merely a thief, but also a kidnapper, a henchman who takes on various roles. Okay then, so what else have we got? We got photography of the violation. The painter's flat was searched. No, so it's not that. That doesn't go to anything at the moment. The painter's flat was searched. The photograph of the violation. The photograph depicting the pregnant African woman, it was hidden in the secret stash. So the visitor might have wanted the photo. The visitor's intention might have been to locate the terrible photo. The thief wanted the photograph. The thief was at Mercurio's flat to steal the photograph, but found Mercurio instead and killed him in self-defense. Okay then, so violation. The Defiler is a high-ranking official. Badges such as these are usually awarded to high-ranking officials. The Defiler was from the photograph might be one. Casebook. Okay, so we've got nothing there. So let's go and look for the sketch of the abuser. So we've also got the cross and we've got the abuser here. Okay, so let's see if we can talk to you.
I owe you a lot, Mr. Holmes.
You still here?
Provide evidence.
The intruder has a most peculiar tattoo on his neck, 2 lines and a point. Do you know anything about it?
You really want to know, kid? Why? You want to play a policeman or something?
I'm sure you have it in your records, so it won't hurt if I have it in mine.
In my records, it's just a tattoo, as it should be in yours. Ah, to hell with you. Suit yourself as to what you're going to do with it. Off the record, though, such tattoos are often connected to a man named Mr. Niccolo Bernadotti.
Bernadotti, you say?
A respectable businessman in Scalario. His company imports goods and wines, and smuggles everything that can be smuggled between the colonies and the mainland. His people can be identified by an obscure tattoo, just like the one over there our friend has. But these are all merely rumors, you see. If Mr. Bernadotti was a criminal, he'd be in prison now. Or hanged, right?
Interested.
Sherry, wait. You might want to settle all the matters in the camp before leaving. You probably won't be coming back here anytime soon.
Okay, so John wants me to see what's going on here. Let's talk to you.
May I ask for your assistance?
They often take us from the camp to work. Most don't mind, though. It's the only way to get a glimpse of freedom.
According to the refugees, some shady people regularly visit the camp and take refugees away with them to perform various work. The work is usually hard, but the refugees receive money and food. The girl was abused after she was supposedly taken to such work. Since then, the refugees decided not to allow their women to be taken.
So there's a smuggling ring in the camp. This wasn't the first time that someone freely entered the camp to take a refugee out.
At least it was certainly his last time. My gut tells me that we'll learn
Okay.
more about this ring when we find out where the thug came from.
Right, okay. So we won't be streaming for too much longer, I don't think. Probably about another 15-20 minutes. We probably won't begin to the end of the case before then. Most likely we won't. We're going to go and go to the archives. Now, the archives... Now, if it's a high-ranking official, we should be going to... Town Hall. Which is actually only down the road. Okay, so we're going to go to the Town Hall and have a look to see if we can get some evidence. Okay, so we're going to go south here. The Town Hall should just be here. Is it here? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Okay then, so we're going to have to look in the archives again and hopefully come up with some information. So we're going to try and find the information regarding the tattoo and the official. So sketch of the abuser. So let's have a look at this first. So we've got subjects, we've got official, period, no, registry, occupation, district. A red suit with a tail. Particular cross-shaped badge he saw on the debaucher's chest. British high-ranking official. Not many of those in Cordona, let alone work on the island. I don't think it's going to be this, is it? Oh, it is. Thomas Norton, born 1840 in London. Graduated from the University of Oxford in 1864. In 1869, started work at the Home Office as a secretary. In 1875, took a position as a military commissioner in India, honoured by the Queen herself with the Order of Bath, 1877. March the 1st in 1878, was appointed at the British Envoy in Cordona with his own cabinet in City Hall. Right then, okay, so we've got the information there, so now we're going to try and get the information from this. The man was found inside a refugee camp, distinct tattoo, 2 lines. Possesses such tattoos, is a businessman. Business. Occupation, legal documents. In Scaladio. There we go. Established in 1873 by Niccolo Bernadotti. Main office, southeastern Scaladio, Bazaar Road, near the crossing with Roman Street. Bernadotti's Company Limited ships goods between African British colonies and the rest of the United Kingdom, including Cordona. Imported products include food, wine, coffee, everyday goods and more. The founder of the company is Mr. Niccolo Bernadotti, born in Sicilia, Italy. Mr. Bernadotti moved to London as a 39-year-old businessman. Later the same year, he moved his base of operations to Cordona, in his words, to be closer to the colonies that he has business in. Since Mr. Bernadotti's arrival in Cordona in 1873, he has become a notable patron of the arts and an investigator of Cordona's social well-being. Among his latest contributions is the purchasing of the new equipment of the police station and aiding the governor in bringing an airship called the Led Zeppelin across from Germany. Right then.
What a lovely man this Bernadotti is, eh, Sherry? Can't wait until we get to meet him.
Okay then, so So it's going to be linked in some way, I think. So we're going to go to... It said Bazaar Street, didn't it? Which is... Or Bazaar Road. Bazaar Road and... What else did it say? Casebook. Bazaar... With Roman Road. So Roman Road in here is... That's Dawn Street, Roman Road. Bazaar Street, is it in Scaladio? Because this road... Where is it? It says it is in southeastern Scaladio. So, southeastern Scaladio, Roman Road here. So we're looking here, which we are really not far away actually. All we're going to do is just go south and then turn. Okay, so let's put this on the map. We're going to run here. Interesting. Can we go through here? No. Okay. Oh, lovely stuff. Yeah, not too bad. It's not been a bad case, has it really? So I think this case, it sounds like they would bring women out of this refugee camp and basically traffic them or rape them, unfortunately. Well, someone got married and they were trying to using this henchman to try and smuggle her out, and she didn't want to leave, and that's when the guy died. But what is the connection to... Sorry, love. There's a hotel here which we can't go into. Okay, so it's somewhere here. Okay, so let's have a look at our casebook. Main office is Southeastern Scaladio Bazaar near the crossing of Roman Street. Bernadotte Company Limited. So it's not there. Is it this? No. Is... Oh, sorry, kid. Sorry about that, buddy. There we go. Found it. Okay, it's
Seems
closed.
they're not expecting guests.
I won't wait for an invitation, John.
Okay, so do we have to find an alternative entrance? Can we go around the back? Go through here, maybe? No. Let's collapse this. Too big. What about this way? Is there any way we can get in through... Oh, what about you? Can we talk to your boy?
Do you know anything about this?
Do I look like a man who can help your kind?
Alright. Cheers, dude. Okay, cut through here. What about you?
These workers don't look like your average Cordona folk.
Nope.
They're refugees from the camp.
That's our way in, Sherry.
Oh, do we have to get ourselves dressed? I think we have to get ourselves dressed here, don't we? The only way in is guarded, so we have to either storm in or find a way to let the guard let us in. So it'll be a case of getting ourselves dressed. How about if we look in our wardrobe? We can't get changed here, but we look in our wardrobe and let's see if we can get ourselves looking.
May I ask you something?
You work, I count. There are no questions in this formula.
Okay, fair enough. All right, let's make our way over here. Let's see if we can make ourselves look a little bit brutish, shall we? Alright, so let's go to wardrobe. Don't think there's anything here that we can actually use which is going to help us. I mean, our hats. I mean, we could try going in as a police officer. Let's try that. Let's try it as a police officer. I don't want the beard. See what they do here. I mean, we might have to just storm it. I don't know. I don't fully fancy doing that. But let's see if we can get in by talking to your boy as a police officer.
May I help you, officer?
I must speak to Mr. Bernadotti. There's been trouble at the refugee camp. You will want to learn the details.
The camp, you say?
Hey!
Right, you can go in.
Lovely. Right, so he's got a tattoo on his neck. We saw that, so it is obviously the same people. Is that rankings by any chance? Like, I think he had one line and a dot. Is that like an insignia, like a ranking system?
Sherry, that was almost too bright an idea to enter a bandit lair, not just disguised, but disguised as a copper.
Is this familiar to you?
Sorry, we don't see much here.
Okay, fair enough.
Do you know anything about this?
I don't speak to coppers. That's me creed.
Okay.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
Okay, right, let's see if there is...
The silver and treasure, mate. Loads of pirate gold buried somewhere around, just waiting to be found.
It's all right, there's no treasure.
But maybe there is. I just need to crack the bloody riddle.
What's the riddle?
Is this familiar to you?
Do I look like a copper's snitch?
Help me, please.
Do I look like a copper's snitch?
You obviously haven't thought this all through. Or are you just annoying these people on purpose?
Are we... Can we... So there's nothing to eavesdrop there. Can we talk to... Can we talk to anyone here? No, but there is things around like that, which is used in combat, so... And that one out there on the wall, so it does seem like we might get into a bit of a kerfuffle.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Sorry, we don't see much here.
Okay, how about we use some concentration? Despising. Unfriendly does wood carving. Let's see if we can. Sympathetic. Affable. Can we talk to you? No. Are you affable? Yes, you are affable. What about you?
Could you help me?
Sorry, we don't see
no one
much
sees anything here. Can't go through here. Okay, let's look at our casebook. Let's pin this evidence.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I don't speak to coppers. That's me creed.
Can I get changed in here, or is that going to cause an issue? We can't go through any of the doors. Can we? Bruised hands. Skilled. List. Okay. What about you?
May I ask for your assistance?
Are you talking to me? You'd better not be.
Okay. Is there anything around here? No, I think if we can't change clothes here. Okay, so is it because we are being seen? No, it's because we're in a place we can't go. So There's got to be something in here. I mean, wasn't there, You don't see anything. I'm going to check all the doors, just in case. You got the door here, which we can go out of.
Sherry, look.
There we go.
This seems familiar.
Oh, it does look familiar. We've got...
Let's see what's hidden there.
Oh, okay.
Vogel's stolen painting. Isn't it curious how it developed into a much more interesting case?
So we know where the painting is. So what's here? This looks like loads of African artifacts.
A Dogon statue from West Africa.
The PPL.
A century old at least.
Okay. What about these ones here? The mask.
Masks. Traditional for the Chokwe people of Central Africa.
Okay, and then where does this say? From VH
Grindley Flow Blue Tableware. This
Okay.
is what lies behind the facade of Bernadotte Company Limited.
Alright, okay, so smuggling artifacts. What are you doing?
An amazing piece of culture. I imagine many collectors and museums would be interested in having it.
Okay. Can we look at anything else in here? I don't think so. No, I think that's it.
Running late, officer. Your friends left not too long ago.
Right, let's have a look at this. What is it? Cordona Chronicle front page, Zeppelin related. Can we go through here? Right, this is going to be...
The Bernadotte Company Limited trade network reaches the most distant colonies of the Great Empire.
Okay.
It must be very convenient for a man like Bernadotte.
Right, okay. Counting.
This is it. This is where all the magic happens.
You're not going to get in there, mate. Sales.
Excuse me. Mr. Bernadotte is busy right now.
Well, what's in here? A lot of paperwork, way bills, legal. And then what about this? Expensive paper, invitation to ball, City Hall emblem. Right, can we talk to you?
Sir, you're obstructing the light. Could you step back?
Love, I'm not that fat.
I don't know who you are, but someone will be punished for letting you in. First, let's talk.
Alright, what's this? Photograph of a little girl, relative. Okay, talk to you.
Whenever you're ready. I'd hate to intrude.
Okay, let's observe him. Let's see what he's got going on. Okay, so you've got... Really bad receiving hairline, but alright. Double chin as well. Different from tattoos. Gang tattoos, so it's 3 lines, so it is a ranking system. In fact, we saw that through his neck, which is, you know... What's this? What you got? Doesn't shun dirty word. Work, hardened hands. What you got? Have you got... Is that a line? Had plegora. Damaged skin. You've got a gun. Cold-blooded holstered pistol. Are you unmarried? No, you are married. Married. Wedding ring. Okay then. So, calculating mastermind, ruthless crime lord. Bernadotte is a harsh gang leader and calculating businessman. He beams confidence and menace. He anticipates danger by keeping his gun near him, and he still holds it in his holster. Bernadotte descends from the working class. Being raised by a poor family, he had to work in the fields from a young age. Hard work under the sun and bad nutrition led to suffering from plegora. He overcame the disease, but his effects still show on his skin. Despite being financially comfortable now, he still distances himself from the high life, keeping his clothes and appearance quite conservative. Bernadotte and his men have different tattoos in the same style. The tattoos are probably a code that represents different ranks with a tightened, structured, and secretive criminal organization. Sorry. Or there is the Bernadotte is a cruel gang leader who isn't afraid of getting his hands dirty to show off his position of power. A hard worker in his youth, Bernadotte grew hatred towards the world around him. He continually expects trouble and is always ready to make some. Raised in a poor family, he had to work in the fields from a young age. This led to his suffering from plague, the effects of which still show on his skin. He refuses to hide this under fancy clothes, that he might always remember that he motivates and what his motives and identity were born. Bernadotte and his men have different tattoos in the same style. The tattoos are most probably a code that represents different ranks within a tightly structured and secretive criminal organisation. I think he's a calculating mastermind here. We're gonna put him in for that.
Niccolo Bernadotte, I presume? The name is Sherlock Holmes, and I'm afraid I bring bad tidings.
Is that so?
The man you sent to the refugee camp failed in his task. He impaled himself on his own blade. Clumsy and chaotic end.
For a man who just broke onto my property, you are more businessman than brute. You have my attention, Mr. Holmes. Do not waste it.
Okay. Your man died at the camp.
As I said, your man was found dead in the refugee camp. He was there to kidnap a woman, but the other refugees intervened to try and save her. The ensuing scuffle resulted in the man's accidental suicide. He sported the same tattoo as your men in this building. In fact, it also bears a resemblance to the one on your neck. Care to explain what business your man had with this woman?
You have no idea what you are talking about. I can assure you this was no kidnapping. The refugees in the camp are on edge. What happened there is a tragic accident, one I am not responsible for.
For what reason was your man there if not to abduct her?
Why would I answer? You are yet to justify your presence in the slightest.
Okay, I'm investigating a robbery.
I was hired, privately, to investigate the recent theft of a painting from an art gallery. My investigation led me to a man from your organization, and thus, to you, Mr. Bernadotte.
That is quite a stretch. Why would I need to steal a painting when I could buy anyone I wanted?
Interestingly enough, I spotted the stolen painting in your storeroom.
I buy and sell a lot of things, Mr. Holmes. Unfortunately, if this is true, it is not the first time I have been sold stolen merchandise. I presume you were hired by the owner of the gallery. Tell them to contact me, and we'll sort out the situation. So, this painting is why you broke into my office.
Do you know Boniface Mercurio?
Mr. Bernadotte, do you know the name Boniface Mercurio?
I do not.
Mercurio was a local artist. Recently, a man broke into his apartment, ransacked the place, and killed him. The thief was looking for something.
You are testing my patience, boy.
In a moment, the connection will reveal itself.
So many words, so little action. When you barged into my office, Mr. Holmes, I got the impression you wanted to talk business. Now I see you had come just to talk. Tell me exactly what you want, or get out.
It was necessary groundwork for what comes next. I have enough evidence to conclude that the gallery thief, the artist's killer, and the dead man in the camp are all the same person.
Your time is almost up, Mr. Holmes.
Before you draw your gun, there is one final detail I am yet to mention. The young woman your man was tasked to collect from the refugee camp had been defiled at a perverse masquerade party. That violation was captured in a photograph by Boniface Mercurio and used as a reference for his painting. The photo shows the attacker's face.
Finally. That's why you're here, Mr. Holmes. You have the photograph.
It is what your man was after when he broke into Mercurio's apartment, and it is what you're after too, isn't it, Mr. Bernadotte?
You have the photograph with you. How much do you want for it?
I am not naive enough to carry it with me, but I am yet to decide what I shall do with it. I know the man in the photo is a British envoy. What interest do you have in his downfall?
I must admit, I am rather impressed by how comprehensively you have pursued this matter. And so, you deserve the honest answer. My business dealings are often arduous in their bureaucracy. A man in his position, willing to look the other way, could ease my work significantly. In return, I will make sure no one looks his way either. A favor for a favor.
Also known as blackmail, the modus operandi of any true professional.
It was not originally my idea.
Hydrate, good
Mercurio
idea.
set things in motion, extorting the envoy for the most trivial of ends. Money. In response, the envoy hired my man to retrieve the painting and the photograph, eliminating Mercurio's leverage. I only learned the whole story after the artist was killed in his home.
And rather than extricate yourself, instead you took over Mercurio's venture.
It fell into my lap. As a businessman, I simply seized the opportunity. Now, how much do you want for the image?
What do you need, girl?
Why did you send your man to remove the woman from the camp?
Without a photograph, her testimony was the next best thing. Securing her was in everyone's interest. Victims and witnesses all too often disappear. I thought the girl was safer with us. I did not anticipate what would happen at the camp.
I could not help but appreciate the collection of smuggled artifacts in your storeroom. You have rather diversified your business.
Oh, high and mighty of you, Mr. Holmes. Not all smuggling is immoral. I pay generous rates to developing cultures and spread their culture to eager buyers. And furthermore, I supply many immigrants with a taste of home.
A very convenient way of thinking.
I have traveled wildly, Mr. Holmes. I've seen people in far-flung lands for whom my services are a lifeline. Without them, they would starve. The tax on cargo is often so absurd that it would be more profitable to simply sink your ship than dock it in the harbor. And trust me, I am speaking from experience.
Okay, so the refugees at your warehouse.
I saw refugees from the camp at your warehouse. They work for you.
I have made certain arrangements with City Hall and the police. Thanks to me, refugees can work and be paid. It's a pathway to freedom.
And how much do you save by capitalizing on their cheap labor?
I have heard no complaints. They seem happy just to get out of that slum.
Okay, so say if I give you the photo.
Why should I give you the photograph?
Just name your price.
We don't want money.
What if my price were not money? You claim to have connections, Mr. Bernadotte. Perhaps you could improve conditions for the refugees. Give them a chance for a better life.
Ha! I do have connections, Mr. Holmes, but help the whole camp? You are asking too much. I could, however, make arrangements for one person. The woman who was violated will have her own home outside the camp, solely for her and her child. She will no longer be a refugee, but a princess. That I can guarantee.
Is that really possible?
It will be neither fast nor easy, but I can do it. She deserves it, don't you agree? And as for her abuser, he will serve me, as much as he deserves.
So, in your plan, everybody will be given their due. Especially you, Mr. Bernadotte.
Seems like a fair deal, no? I doubt anyone could offer you better. Simply give me the photograph, and the world becomes a better place. I give you my word.
What makes you think you can decide what's best for these people?
Such is the arrogance of British imperialism. I take your point.
Right, okay, so let's look at our mind palace here. So we've got the muse from this. So, the painting was stolen. So, Naylor was violated and nearly kidnapped. First of all, I must make sure that she and her baby are secured. Yes. So now, let's look at our other things. So we've got the stolen painting. Mercurio's painting, which was stolen at Vogel's gallery, is at... They don't go together. These don't go together either. So... they go together. So it says blackmail material, but not Bernadotte wants to gather proof for the envoy's crimes in order to blackmail him. So, Berndotti wants to blackmail the envoy. So, Mr. Berndotti knows how to turn a situation to his advantage. When he learns of the envoy's forcible violation, he saw an opportunity to gain greater power. He has offered to make a deal, the photograph in exchange for a happy life for Naylor. So, if we was to say this, the envoy is despicable and Berndotti is trying to take advantage of the situation. I cannot trust either of them. Only the truth will resolve matters. I must give the photograph to Vogel so he can make everything public. Or Berndotti is a shady businessman and his promise to arrange a happy life for Naylor and her child was convincing. This is what truly matters now, giving Berndotti the evidence to blackmail the envoy. Okay, or we haven't actually got anything that will change matters. This is the only thing we actually have. So, if anything, we need to go and try and find we need to go and find this. No, we've got to go find Thomas Norton. No, we're not going to give him the photograph.
I need some time.
If you insist.
Okay, we've got to go find this
I
guy,
opened
Thomas.
the front door for you. Please, sir, do not linger.
Thank you very much. Okay, so now we're going to go find Thomas Norton. Now, Thomas Norton, he's got his own cabinet at City Hall. So we're going to go to City Hall now, which is over here. We're going to fast travel. And we're going to have a little conversation with your boy to see what he's got to say for himself. Now, I don't think giving the photo to... Now, this is a thing, right? So, if we was to give the photo to Vogel, what will end up happening is the refugees will then be out of work, which is, of course, what we don't want to do. So, I'm not sure giving Vogel the photograph is the best option. Now, we do need to talk to her.
I'm curious, how did Mycroft recruit you? I doubt you're a field agent. I imagine you work with intelligence.
That's correct. Your brother noticed me when I tracked down a spy at the archives. That's how our cooperation began. And you? Did Mycroft force you into this?
Not at all. We simply have a mutual interest in someone. Or something.
Of course. A fruitful and willing collaboration, I'm sure.
Well, I'm his younger brother. I have to accept the consequences of being a close relative of an official figure.
I suppose, in a way, we are colleagues, Mr. Holmes.
In the remotest way possible, Miss Oni.
Okay, so how about we go and talk to someone? Deputy Chief Arch... Okay, so we can't do that. Can't go in there. So, he's appointed the British envoy, so... Can we talk to you?
Excuse me, just one question.
I can't help you with this investigation. Sorry.
Okay, so... Chief, this... Thomas Norton. Right, let's talk to your boy. Now, let's see, what can we...
If you're here on matters of signing up for military service, come back tomorrow. Our department needs to straighten out some business.
Let's observe your boy. Okay, so let's look at you. You've got some bags under your eyes, didn't sleep last night. Would understand. You've got no time to shave, so you've got facial hair, so you are looking a little bit rough around the edges. You've got the cross, the well-worn, never removed. You've got what would appear to be wine on the hands, which would indicate the... Mercurio lad. What about your shoes? Anything to do with your shoes? No. What about your shoulders? Rumpelclothes stays at work late? Or you've been in a kerfuffle? The red wine stain on the wrist and his unshaven face indicate a lazy attitude towards his duty. The Order of the Bath looks quite worn. The man is proud of it, but never takes it off. Wrinkled clothes and red eyes may mean that he didn't return home last night. Instead of work, this man would rather lose himself in depravity and alcohol. Or Envoy is in remorse. The Order of the Bath looks quite worn. The man is proud of it and never takes it off. The red stain on his wrist indicates that he has recently drank wine. His clothes are wrinkled and barely bothers to shave, and his red eyes indicate that he may suffer from insomnia or deep anxiety. It looks as if he lives within a nightmare, attempting to rid himself of his terrible memories of past mistakes. That sounds more like it. I think, obviously, this guy's had sex with, and he's probably he's raped this refugee. He probably knows. I mean, is he? I couldn't tell. If he's not married, he didn't have a. So if he's been caught raping a refugee, and it gets out, then it's going to affect his position. So I think he's probably in remorse. All right, let's accept that. So he's probably got some anxiety.
Why are you staring at me like I'm a Madame Tussauds figure? Didn't you hear what I just said?
You blame yourself for what you did. It won't be any good unless you confess to me, so I'll try to be polite.
What sort of did are we talking about? Are you from the press?
I'm here because of Naylor.
Who?
You don't remember her name.
Lad, if you won't tell me why you came, I'll call for someone here to sort you out, if you get my meaning.
Do you recognize this man?
We definitely look alike. But you have the wrong person.
Really? Then you won't mind if I pass this along to the newspaper?
All right. All right. Is this about money, as you said in the letter? What kind of sum are we talking about?
I've never written a single word to you. Bribery, not my style.
So, that letter, it wasn't from you?
Well, it appears that more and more people in the city are finding out about your despicable hobby, doesn't it? You're in the clutches of justice, and very soon they will squeeze you. It's in your best interest.
Yeah.
Fine. I suppose now we have a nice long talk. Do you drink, Mr.
Sherlock Holmes? And I do not.
Shame. All the best discussions are accompanied by a glass of whiskey. But out of respect for you, I won't drink either.
Okay.
Respect? That's an unusual word in your mouth, Mr.
Where are my manners? My name is Thomas Norton, a British envoy in Cordona on a military mission. So, where do we start?
Okay. What happened at the party?
So, let's return to the beginning. What happened at the party?
I vaguely remember that night. As usual at such parties, you meet people, you talk with them, they invite you to spend some time alone with them. What can I say? I got myself mixed up with the wrong company, and somebody must have mixed some psychoactive substance in my drink. After that, it's all blurry. I completely lost my sanity. I made a terrible mistake which I regret deeply.
You don't say. Do refugee girls often appear on the menu at those types of parties?
It's rather rare.
So you didn't attend the party to engage in an exotic experience involving a vulnerable woman unable to accuse you of assault?
I would never have planned such a terrible thing. What happened was just bad circumstance.
Did you know Mercurio?
Boniface Mercurio. Does the name mean anything to you?
He's an artist, right?
The one responsible for the painting that compromises you. I found him dead in his room.
Oh, that is bad. Wait, you don't think that I have anything to do with this?
You had motive to kill him.
Maybe I did, but listen. I know how this looks, but murder? That's on another level. I had thoughts that this Mercutio...
Mercurio?
Well, him, yes. I thought he could have been the blackmailer. But I was too afraid to make any hasty decisions. There were plenty of ways to fail by making a move, so I chose to wait. To see what he would do next. You have to believe me.
I don't believe people, I believe evidence.
Then look at the evidence.
Okay, so You tried to steal the painting.
The painting that depicted you in the image of the devil was stolen by a mercenary. Did you have anything to do with it?
I might be a rotten person, sir, but hiring criminals for illicit purposes is not in my daily schedule.
And buying the painting in an attempt to hide the crime, is that on your daily schedule?
What would you do in my situation?
I would never put myself in such a situation.
You're young. I could never have imagined myself in my current position, yet here I am in front of you. We all make mistakes, Mr. Holmes, and I'm no exception.
Right, so who is blackmailing you?
You mentioned blackmail. Tell me about it.
All right. A couple of days ago, I received an anonymous letter. It said that in the art gallery at Caravansary there exists a painting that incriminates me. The blackmailer made it clear that if there is a painting, then a photograph exists too. And I should be wary of what it might do to my reputation.
What does the blackmailer want from you?
Money, of course. What else do such people want? Needless to say, I don't remember anyone taking photographs at the party. Up until the last moment, I hoped he was bluffing. But he wasn't, as you've just proven to me.
Show me the letter.
I burnt it as soon as I read it. I've left enough evidence. There's no need for any more. Mr. Holmes, I've built my entire career on hard work and uncompromising dedication to the Crown. I made a mistake, but I'm not a villain from some cheap adventure fiction. By putting me behind bars, you will benefit precisely no one.
Rotting in prison is the least you deserve, but I have a better idea. You will make amends and help the ones you hurt.
Ooh, help the refugees or help Naylor. Now, what do people think about this? What are we saying? Because Naylor is the one that's actually had a lot go on. So there's a number of things at play here. I think there's three things. There's either we help Naylor because he's the one that's done what he's done, but then no one's going to benefit that other than technically Naylor and the child. There is helping the refugees, which will stop Bernadotte with his enterprise with using them as cheap labour. Or we can give the photograph to Bernadotte, which will then, he will keep the refugees going with cheap labour, and he will also help Naylor if his word is to be believed. So, now my thought is here, there is clearly something going on. It's not just about Naylor. As bad as that sounds, it's not just about Naylor, because Naylor is one of many refugees that obviously suffer from all this stuff. Now, was he given something that basically made him rape her without him being aware of what he was doing, and it was a ploy in order to... It was a ploy by Bernadotte that would... He could use that to his advantage. So was it like a scheme? Now, do we help the refugees or do we help Naylor? I'm thinking we should help the refugees here. Which would mean then that if we help the refugees, Bernadotte's enterprise with using cheap labour should then fall. So I think we should help the refugees here.
Use your connections to help patriate the refugees, find them decent homes, give them jobs. There must be a meaning to your position and my decision.
Yes, all right, I can do that. So, will you give me the photograph now?
That's not all.
Oh, okay. Help Naylor.
Naylor deserves the very utmost of what you can do.
Help the girl? I can't risk the press paying extra attention to her. I will do anything except that.
I need to think this all through. Don't do anything foolish in the meantime.
What makes you think you can decide what's best for these people?
Ooh. Okay, so if we go to our Mind Palace here. The envoy's offer, so the photo will ruin the envoy's career. So we've got this. So the victim of a violation of the system sufferers. All refugees are victims of the system. The situation they are in must be and can be mended. So if we said that, and go to our clues again, and go to these and these, the envoy wants to hide the proof. So that means we've got merciless justice. So the envoy wants to secure his reputation. The envoy violated Naylor. The refugee during the party were the photograph of the crime to be released. It would destroy his career and perhaps could be used as leverage to help the refugee camp. Okay, so there is also one more thing we've got to go and do here. We've got to go. We got the offer. We got this and this. We've also got to go and talk to Vogel, because we got to give him. We got to see what he says about this whole situation, because it's also his painting that has been taken. So Vogel, was it? Yeah, it was here, wasn't it? So let's go here quickly. I know I said I was going to leave this stream momentarily, but as we are so close to the end of it anyway, we might as well just finish it up. Been an interesting case, this one, hasn't it? Alright, so let's go to our map and let's have a little goosey gander. So it was over here. So let's go to the old city market, or the bridge. Okay, so let us get this on the map. Right, let's just follow this road. Sorry, kid. We're going to talk to Vogel, and he will then... He might actually be able to... It's not here, is it? No, it's not. It's a little bit further over here. Here we go. Right, let's go talk to your boy. Let's take our clothing off, because we look a little bit stupid. Let's put this on. Yep. Let's take the hat off. There we go. Ooh.
Mr. Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered anything new about the theft?
Yes, we have. Give him the photo.
Not yet, Mr. Vogel.
Right, so we've got three things here. What we can do, we can either give... So there's three cases here. We can give him the photo, which he's going to expose the guy. If he exposes the guy, he's not going to be able to help out the refugees. If we was to give it to Bernadotte, he will help out Naylor and keep the refugees as cheap labour. Or we can give it to Norton, who he will help the refugees, but Naylor won't be. And that's going to be... I think in this whole situation we have to help Naylor. As much as you want to be able to help the whole camp, leaving a woman and her child as a refugee, it doesn't sit right. It does not sit right at all. I think we need to give Oh, but giving it to Bernadotte. But Bernadotte then is giving people jobs, which is cheap labour. I really don't know. What are people thinking here? Because it's either we help Naylor, we help refugees, or no one gets help at all. But what's the right decision? Because Naylor with her child is obviously, that's a rough thing. The refugees, they need to have a better life. They need to get jobs, they need to get houses and stuff like that. But then there is giving it to Vogel. What's he gonna do? No, he's just gonna... I don't want to give it to Vogel. Vogel's out the question for me. So it's either going to be helping the refugees or helping Naylor. I don't know. I don't know. Oh my god. I think if we help out, if we help out the refugees, that won't include Naylor. I think I want to help out. Oh, I don't know, because I want to help out the refugees, but then I think it's a bad thing to give it to Bernadotte. Because this could all have all been part of Bernadotte's plan. He could have planned this. He could have tried planning getting him drunk or whatever, so he ended up raping this woman and getting her pregnant. And then Bernadotte will win. But then, if we give it to Thomas Norton then will... He's basically got away with it, but then again, was he at fault? Well, obviously he's at fault. But then again, it's like, okay, do we just expose him then? Do we expose what's happened to him? Bernadotte will carry on giving the refugees work, but then it's not really help, is it? This is a lot. This is a... My mind is scrambled. I don't know what to do in this situation. I really don't. I mean, is there anything else in the Mind Palace? Let's go back. Let's go to our clues. There's no clues anymore, so we are at the end of this. There's literally one thing here that determines... Well, okay, this is a thing. This isn't adding to anything. This bit of information here does not add to anything. Which tells me there's some information that's missing. Let me look at the evidence that we've currently got. Is there anything here that's got yellow in it? Or orange? Nothing here. Okay, so what about this? The man was stabbed by a Navy Dirk. I don't think we can give it to Bernadotte. I don't think we can give it to Bernadotte. but I think we should I don't think we can give it to Bernadotte. But I don't want to give it to Vogel either. But then also giving it to Thomas Norton is basically going to let him get away with it. So but who killed? Wait, okay, so I think we're kind of going off the point here as well, because who killed who? Okay, hold on. I want to go back to, and I want to check something, because I've just remembered a little bit of information which is going to be, it's probably key. What was, daft as it sounds, what was the shirt? What was the shirt that Thomas Norton was wearing? Where is he? He's at Town Hall. Town Hall is over here. What was the shirt that Thomas Norton was wearing? Thomas Norton should be over here. Oh, chat, what are we thinking here? Because what I was thinking about the Mercurio murder. You know what? Hold on. Casebook. Where was it? It's not this. Open drawers suggested I was searching for something. So was it one of the henchmen that killed him? Yeah, it must be. Well, I was saying that. I don't think one of the henchmen would have cared if when Mercurio died, because Mercurio, they basically they killed him. I think we're gonna have to help out Naylor. I think it's helping out Naylor. I think as bad as it is, I think we're gonna have to give Bernadotte the photo. He will help out Naylor. Or We go back and we say that. And then Bernadotte wants to blackmail the envoy. Bernadotte is a shady businessman, but his promise to arrange a happy life for Naila and her child was convincing. This is what truly matters. Ooh! Giving it to Vogel makes everything public. Will that then create sympathy? Will that then create sympathy for the refugees? I think it will. I think giving it to Vogel. The envoy is despicable and Bernadotte is trying to take advantage of the situation. I cannot trust either of them. Only the truth will resolve matters. I must give the photograph to Vogel so we can make everything public. I think that's the correct answer here. So let's go to Vogel. Because I think that will generate some sympathy towards the... yeah, that'll generate some sympathy for the refugees. Which hopefully, in turn, due to the nature of what's happened, should actually help. In the long run, probably help out Naila and her and the refugees. I think that's probably the call here. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Yes, that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to lock in with. Okay.
Mr. Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered anything new about the theft?
Yes. Give him the photo.
I've brought news, but not all of it will please you.
Fill me in, Mr. Holmes. I won't shoot the messenger.
The thief is... Mercurio is dead.
I tracked down Boniface Mercurio.
I presume he wasn't delighted about the situation.
He was not having a good day on account of his murder. Killed in his own flat by the same person that stole his painting.
Oh, sweet Mercurio. Perishing in the pursuit of his art. How apt. I will miss his exceptional sense of humor.
The thief is dead.
I located the thief, but found him rather cold. He was tight-lipped about the painting, too.
Huh, he's dead. How very droll, Mr. Holmes. One presumes you were not responsible.
It was an accident at the refugee camp. He impaled himself on his own knife.
Life is nothing if not cruel and capricious. What about the stolen painting? Have you located it?
I found the painting, but I could not retrieve it.
Well then, where is it?
In Bernadotte's office.
Bernadotte? That shady businessman? Why would he steal it from me?
I'm afraid you'll have to ask him yourself.
I take it you found something more then.
Yes, I found a photo.
I found the source of Mercurio's artistic inspiration. A photograph. What troubled me was that the sexual act captured was non-consensual.
She was violated? Dear God, how despicable.
Her abuser was in fact the British envoy. Mercurio took a picture of him committing the atrocity and then used it as artistic inspiration.
I had no idea a mere break-in would eventually expose such barbarity.
Mr. Vogel, I want you to make everything public, including the photograph. I'm sure you have a connection at the Cordona Chronicle.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. Loyal to your own truth till the end. Yes, I'm acquainted with the staff of the Chronicle. The story is sensational, and will surely draw attention to the gallery.
That's not
But
why
you
we're
must
doing
be
it.
aware that exposing the scandal will further hurt the victim. Does that not bother you?
No matter what one does, the truth tends to come out, as well it should. I won't be the one to stand in its way.
Though it's only your subjective truth being exposed. Not that I'm judging. It's perfectly reasonable for everyone to have their own views.
When you called me, you knew exactly what you would get.
Oh, but I'm not like you, Mr. Holmes. I cannot be sure of anything. Regardless, I must thank you, for art's sake. Well, now that we've resolved all of our outstanding matters, I have a gift for you. I took the liberty of having it delivered to Stonewood Manor. I am told it belonged to your mother.
My mother?
Previously, you mentioned there may have been more to my mother's passing than consumption. It appears you were right.
Oh dear, I'd hoped to be wrong.
She was unstable, mentally unwell. She required sustained, specialized treatment, but her madness persisted.
I knew that Violet had disappeared from the public eye, but had no idea of her suffering. I cannot imagine what you're feeling.
I'm fine.
Okay, what is it? What did you leave?
And what exactly have you sent me?
Frankly, I'm not sure how to answer that. I trust you'll know.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Vogel. I am curious to see what you have procured.
We done it! Now, I don't know if that was the right decision. I don't know if anyone can verify that, but that was quite interesting. I do feel like we made the right decision. He did say that Naylor would suffer being the victim. We did need to out the person. I think there were two parties wrong there, and I didn't feel good giving the evidence to either one of them. So I think outing them in the long run would actually help them in terms of helping the refugees and helping out Naylor and her child. So I think we have made the right decision there. Even though Vogel's intentions are wrong, our intentions are right, I think. So that is pretty much, it has gone on for like nearly an hour longer than it should have, but that has been pretty good. I hope people enjoyed that one. So I will be continuing this tomorrow around about 3 o'clock UK time. I don't know how many cases there are. It did look like at the manor there's like two maybe three more like what they call doors, fucking words. There's like 2 or 3 more doors left which we can only go into once we've got like evidence, because that basically is our mind that's stopping us going into these rooms. So I don't know how long is left. I've scheduled this for tomorrow, Friday and Sunday. Might not be able to do a stream on Saturday, but I'll kind of keep people in the loop with that. And then fingers crossed from then we are going to try our best, and hopefully it runs. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. If it doesn't run on my standard setup, I'm going to have to try and set something up. And I'll keep people in the loop with that. But yeah, I hope people enjoyed that. For those who aren't following or do want to drop a follow, that is always welcome, of course. Those at YouTube want to drop a sub, that is always welcome as well. And join us on the Discord, where if you've got any recommendations for any games, if you want to see anything played or whatever, just throw it up in the Discord and stuff. So yeah, I will see you all tomorrow for I think case number 4, whatever it is. I don't know how many cases there are, but yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow for some more Sherlock Holmes chapter 1. So I hope you all have a lovely rest of the week. If I don't see you, but if I do see you, I'll hopefully see you next time. So yeah, have a lovely rest of the evening, and I'll see you all soon. So take it easy, take care now, and bye bye.